All right, has been a long time coming for this day. The return of the unlimited truth. I know that we show up like once every blue moon, but for once, there's huge news, man. And this is probably the biggest news in gaming we've had in a while, where Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond have both left Xbox. We're going to tell the truth. We're going to bring the facts. We're going to calm everyone down. What's up to it, man? Thanks for joining, my brother, and we're gonna get through this, man. Because I've seen every take there is, and somehow all of them has been wrong, all of them. All right. So before we get started, you know the deal. We always gotta introduce the crew, and I'm gonna start with my big brother in the game, the artist formerly known as E-Rock. Introduce yourself.
Hey guys, this is E-Rock X, the Don King of Xbox, the hype man for the Xbox brand, and still the meanest man on YouTube. It's great to be here, man. And I can't wait to get into this podcast tonight and talk about these facts because the unlimited truth, we like to present facts here and not emotions.
Yes, yes, as always. And the whole Coco Fiend. Yeah, what up, Coco Fiend? You know, that's a long time guy. That's my brother out here too. Always out, always in the chat, always supporting. And Sega Man, the number one with the gun, introduce yourself.
What up, Xbox family, man? It's the Unlimited Truth, man. Again, if you come here with that shit, you'll get the boot and get played like a flute, man. We're gonna have a really good podcast tonight with the brothers on. It's good to see Zinc on here, man. Oh man, to have Zinc back on here, man, chopping up game with us, man, about what we're gonna talk about. Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, our brother Tuck. This is a long time coming, man. I can't wait to get into these topics about what's going on about Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond, man. I'm glad to be here again with my brother with the Unlimited Truth, man. Thank you for having me, Unlimited, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, yo, what up, Doom Slayer? And next up, man, the guy who represents the chat, Other Zinc, introduce yourself.
I represent the chat, and this gonna get ugly today. And I am gonna be emotional, but it will be 100% true. Not gonna hold back, even on my second favorite company. And when you are in the stock market, you don't have any favorites.
Yeah.
It's General Motors and Microsoft, but you can't fall in love with the company. But Satya might get a little bit of work today, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And Tuck, man, Tuck is showing a picture of a pug. So there he is. Tuck, introduce yourself.
Hey, yeah, this is your boy DJ Tuckmaster 785, the original Pony Killer. Let's just get this thing rolling, man, because there's a lot of things that a lot of people got to say about what's going on with this stuff. So, we just want to tell the truth and just stop being so, contrary with these damn, what I say, these damn people that think they know something and they really don't know a damn thing at all. So, you just tell the truth.
Tuck's dog look like he's saying, you see Dreamcast guy, hey, get your ass out of my yard, nigga.
Yeah. So yep.
Yeah, excellent stuff. All right, but I'm gonna start with Sega Man since he was the first one to arrive. Sega Man. So the big news that hit Friday: Phil Spencer is retiring. Sarah Bond is out. Matt Booty's promoted, and there's a new CEO of Xbox, Asha Sharma. What are your thoughts on the retirement of Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond being out? Did you find it surprising? Or, how do you think this is going to affect Xbox? I want to hear all your thoughts.
Unlimited, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. So what do I think about Phil Spencer retiring and Sarah Bond? Well, I'm going to say something real quick, and I'm not going to make this long. If it wasn't for Big Phil stepping in when he stepped in back in 2013, even a little bit before then, I believe. Believe it or not, hats off to Phil Spencer, man. It's well deserved his retirement. He actually brought Xbox back to where it is. He brought us backwards compatibility for the Xboxes. There was a lot of people ecstatic and happy about that. He's done a lot for the Xbox gaming community because he's a gamer himself. He knew how we felt. He actually answered a couple of my questions. I actually talked to him one time. I sent him a message, and he actually sent me a message back. I said, "Hey, bro, I would like to have more shoot 'em up games, man, on the Xbox, because I really miss the shmup games and stuff like that." And next thing you know, man, like a couple weeks later, all these shmups they start coming out, like on like some of the indie shoot 'em ups and stuff like that. He listens to us. He listens to the gamer. You know what I mean? And I told him one time, I said, "Hey, man, I think you're really doing a good job out here." And he said, "I think so." You know what I mean? So, so hats off to Phil Spencer, man. He done a great job for Xbox. He brought Xbox back alive. He kept it going. There's so many words I could say about it, but we don't have that long of a show. But I really hope that he does what he wants, does good things on his retirement. I think he's going to stay with Xbox for a little while longer until things get going. But look, it was coming. It was going to come someday, guys. He's been with Xbox and Microsoft for a very long time. Like Unlimited said before Unlimited was even born.
1988. He's been there since Ronald Reagan left office.
Jeez.
Yeah. So he's been here for a long, long time, and it's overdue for it's time for him to retire, man. He's ready to retire. So hats off to you, Mr. Phil Spencer, man. Thank you for everything you have done for us and the Xbox gaming community with, like Bethesda and Call of Duty and Activision and all that. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Game Pass, you know what I mean? Really, really appreciate it, man. Now,
hey, let me clear up one thing you said, Sega, man. I want to jump that.
Ahead,
I don't want to lose focus on that. You said what Phil did when he came in 2013 or 2014, and some people said he inherited a shit show. Well, it was only a shit show because it was this piece of shit that was the head of Windows at the time, Terry Myerson. And they were admonishing the Xbox division and, touting themselves. And Phil Spencer caught up with Tuckmaster and his boys at the water fountain. And he said, "Hey, Satya, Terry Myerson and them got that money from the Xbox division." Satya said, "Hey, is that true?" We never heard from Terry Myerson ever again. Then Phil was promoted. Okay. Now, so let's just to say what happened in 2013, 2014, whenever that was, because people want to forget how this actually happened. Because people say, well, the Xbox division was going to die. And who knows? It probably would have if Phil didn't have the balls to say, "Hey, Terry Myerson, that money came from the Xbox division, you bitch." And you know how we know it's true? Because the Xbox division is third. It's Azure, Office, Xbox division, then Windows.
Okay.
Go ahead, take your spot back, Sega man.
Now, just another thing, and thank you, Zing, for that. I really appreciate that, man. Now, as far as Sarah Bond, brother, I got to be honest. I'm really kind of upset about that. I would like to have stayed, but something's going on there. The brothers will probably touch on it more. I don't know too much about it, but just it seems like there's something fishy going on there.
She was there for 8 years, Sega man.
Yeah, and
I'll get to her in a minute, but she has multiple hats she wears for other companies. So it was ridiculous to expect this woman to work like fucking 5 different jobs.
Hey, gotta hold on 1 second. We gotta welcome the Queen of Green, Daya 4568. How are you, Daya?
Hi, you guys.
Hey, Daya.
Good. Hi, everyone.
Long time no see.
Hey, dear. Let me jump in here real quick. Tool Man called me the other day. Tool Man called me and he said, "Man, I called Dia, asked her if she was going to play the game with us, and he said you hung up on her. Is that true?"
Oh.
That never happened.
Okay, I believe Tool Man. I don't know.
This and denied. Damn. Damn.
But I'm gonna it's really good to see Daya join us for this, man. It's so good to see her come and join us. But I want to hear what everybody else to say. But I just wish Sarah Bond. I wish she would have stayed. I like seeing her there, especially you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that. It was good to have her there. You know what I mean? I got to be in code. I don't want nobody's feelings getting hurt. But I wish she would have just stayed on with Xbox because look, she was like Phil Spencer. She was like a female Phil. She stayed in contact with us. She'd always tell us about games that are coming out, and she made you feel good about when she would talk about Xbox when they did shows and different things like that. And I really liked Sarah Bond, man. And she was just she was great. I thought for the Xbox division, man, and to see her go, it's just a bummer, man. I think there's something behind that, brother. You know, I just think it just feels like there's something behind that, man. Like that we don't know about. And I could be wrong. I don't know. Satya Nadella. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. But I hated to see her go. You know what I mean? But you know, I know things have to change. But I wish Sarah Bond would have still stayed with Xbox, man. And but hats off to her. And you know, like I said, hats off to Phil Spencer. You know what I mean? We'll see what's going to happen. We got Matt Booty and this Asha Sharma, if I'm saying her name right. You know, you know, we'll see. Asha Sharma, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, one of the things I will say real quick is I heard her talking about keeping our games on Xbox and staying with Xbox.
No,
and
that's
different
what.
things like that.
No,
That's
right.
Unlimited.
No, yeah. Just to clarify, she didn't say that. People just taking her replies on Twitter out of context and creating. You know how it is, how things work now. You say something and people just imagine their whole.
Oh, so that wasn't true, Unlimited? Okay.
No. She just replied to some people. Which, by the way, Asha Sharma on the 0.000000001%. You see this? Don't interact with people on Twitter. I'm just letting you know for now. Don't interact with them because all that's going to do is create the most unnecessary headlines ever.
Hold on, Unlimited. Did you just tell Asha to not talk to people online?
No, on Twitter.
Listen, I hope it's like I was going to bring this up when E-Rock was talking in the green room. And Unlimited, you were mad a long time ago at the community. I hope they never address the community. They are the most, even if you give them everything they want, they'll still find something to complain about. And it pisses me off. So
That's
go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. See, not only listen, you are spot on. That's something that I noticed years ago as well. You know, they wanted more powerful hardware, they got it. They wanted more games, they got it.
Yep.
They got games on Game Pass, they got it. The game is more affordable on Xbox and Nintendo and PlayStation, and they still are happy. And you know what they all did? You know what all of them did? All they did is want Asha Sharma to bring the console back to 2006. Hey, can we get focused only on the console and have these exclusives again? Exclusives that from 2013 to 2020 didn't help the Xbox One. That people, hell, even this generation, we had great exclusives. Starfield, one of my personal favorite games this whole generation.
Yep.
Nobody played Ravenlock. Nobody played the Gunk. You know what I'm saying? Other than Forza and Halo Infinite, I don't think any exclusive really did that. You know, outside of your usual big games. All right,
big games made it.
Yeah, that are funding everything. I don't think the Xbox gamers. Hey, thank you for the $2 super check, Adidas. He said, "Welcome back and salute." Yay, the homie Adidas. In chat, we got a full cast. I won't be able to get to y'all today, but please be vocal in the chat. But
hey, let me get at Sega Man one more thing at Sega Man that he brought up that was important. He talked about the games that Phil Spencer brought to the Xbox, and then games that
support, and they don't. I don't. You know, all that. Man, I'm going to cut you off, but continue, Zink.
That's okay. And then games that we didn't have. And when we got MLB The Show, he gave it to us free in Game Pass, and they still bitching. Still bitching, bro.
And what makes it so bad, we got it for what 3 years in a row?
This is who they are, and you could either let it get to you like I used to back when I used to have the E-Rock X channel. As a grown man who had my own life going on and a job and starting companies here in Philadelphia. I was a busy dude, but I was trying to do YouTube on the part-time and get my YouTube channel to grow. and I let the community, this gaming community, who Unlimited Production has been correct about them the last year. I let them drag me into a place where I didn't want to be, turn me into a person who was reactionary, and did a lot of stupid things on my YouTube channel to get back at these fools out of anger. And then I finally realized after my YouTube channel was gone that a lot of these gamers are weirdos and fucking losers. So, and why did I let them get to me? Because this is who they are. You give these people everything they want, and they still will hate you. They still will come at you. Now they use words like DEI and a DEI hire, and this woman should have never had the job, and you know, Phil Spencer, he was a failure, and we're about to spit off a bunch of facts. I wish I could feel like Phil Spencer failed. Goddamn. I mean, man, what an amazing. This motherfucker failed upwards. Goddamn. You know,
and he earned it upwards.
But the thing is, this is, and I don't want to take up too much of Second Man's time because my time is coming up, and hopefully next. This is who these people are, and the fact that Unlimited Production, who's a decade or more younger than me, realized it first. He realized it first. It took me to lose my YouTube channel to realize that this is who these people are, and if you let them get you angry over this shit, because they don't understand business. They don't understand that things have to change. They don't understand that technology and businesses are, as you and Unlimited and Zink understand, businesses are constantly in flux. Successful businesses, but this is who these people are. Xbox gave them everything, and they're damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't. So I'm glad they took the direction that they did to help their company grow. I don't care about market share. I don't care about perception. As a student of business, all I care about is growth. And right now, there's only one game company that is growing, and that is Xbox. And we have the numbers now. Unlimited Production. We have the numbers.
Yep.
We're not speculating like Young Lee and like Dreamcast guy and Oh No It's Alex. We have numbers. We have numbers. Unlimited Production and Zink are numbers guys. We got two of the best numbers guys in podcasting. We don't need to make anything up. We don't need to cope. Losers cope. We're winning over here. As Sega Man says, we're eating good over here. But I just wanted to point that out. These people are stuck in yesterday. And when you have people who are stuck in yesterday and don't want to move forward, you're always going to get this vitriol. You're always going to get these videos. You're always going to get this nastiness. And we're at the stage now where we've won. We're winning over here at Xbox. We can literally just laugh at this shit now in Unlimited Production.
Absolutely. And that's what makes the anger towards Xbox and the anger I see from these gamers just don't resonate with me. Because if they got off social media and just played their games, I'm sure that they'll come back and say, man, I've been playing some great games lately. Well, maybe not, because they're still playing. Because the numbers are saying people just playing Call of Duty and Minecraft. So I get why you're miserable. Like I saw, you know, I because you know, like Iraq, I watch a lot of YouTube, and I saw somebody talk about playing Fortnite for 8 years. I'm like, dude, of course you hate the game. You've been playing for 8 years. What more can you do? You know what I'm saying? But Sega Man, what else you got to say about the topic at hand?
Well, let me end it real quick because I definitely want to hear what the first lady.
No, you always say land your plane. Keep it consistent.
Yeah, let me land my plane by saying, man, that hey, we're still eating good over here, bro. They can keep saying whatever they can keep saying whatever they want to say, man, about Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond. But at the end of the day, brother, we're still eating good over here. I hear everybody saying that now. Out here, everybody's saying, they just say it in their own way, which is the real truth. We are, man, and we got more games that are still coming. You know, and different things like that, man. So, hey, like I said, man, we're still good. Like I said, I've been playing my games. I don't go out and be crying and watching all these channels. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sell my Xbox and shit. Like, I ain't doing none of that, man. I'm just playing. I just beat High on Life 2. Bloom. I beat that shit already, man. Been beating games like crazy. I beat the Marine game too. I beat that one too, man. I just been beating my games and saying, and you know what I'm saying, and saying names, bro. That's all I've been doing, and joining my Xbox. You know what I mean? But that's all I got to say, Unlimited, man. But yeah, man, it just was time for Phil. Phil, he felt it was time, man. He did a lot for us, bro. He did a lot for us, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a good time with Mr. Spencer, brother. You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah.
real good time. That's all I gotta say, brother. I want to hear what everybody else got to say, man. But that's what I got to say on that, bro.
Oh yeah. Look, man, he gave Xbox 12 good years.
Yes, he did.
Revolutionized how Xbox looks, feels, plays. Got the precious Japanese support that everybody was begging for. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on and on. But bought the two of the biggest publishers in gaming. Grew Xbox beyond Windows. Like that was probably the most stunning thing from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Right, Zinc. No, I mean, well, I don't know. Zinc is usually more perceptive than I am, but I didn't see them growing faster than Windows.
Never. I would never think that such a thing would happen.
No, and you know, so whenever I see all the videos talking about he's a failure and his reign is embarrassing, I'm just thinking, man, these guys, they I don't know what planet they live on, because the grow Xbox bigger than freaking Windows. You know, the operating system most people use these days. You know what I'm saying? Hell, that every business damn near pretty much use, except for artistic ones that uses Macs. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how impressive that is? But hey, man, if they want to live in their world, like E-Rock says, stay asleep. But
They
anyway,
don't know what planet they live on.
No, not at all. But you know, I do got to pass the mic on to the next one, and that man is E-Rock X, because he did say he wanted to go next. So pass the mic to you, E-Rock.
Yeah, Phil Spencer did announce that he wanted to retire some time ago, probably about 7 or 8 months ago. He said he wanted to retire. The optics of this with two major managers leaving at the same time will always get people to want to speculate what happened. It'll get the less informed. People are looking for sensational headlines. People looking to get clicks and views to say, "Oh, what happened? It's the end of the world. Xbox is dead," for the 989,000th time this year. This fucking company has been dying, according to you guys, for 13 years. People who follow businesses like Unlimited Production, Zinc, and myself, back when I was a business manager back in the 90s, we used to call it the CEO shuffle. Some people come in, they stay with a job for a few years, they make their mark, they get their money, and they get business acumen there to take someplace else to another company. It's the CEO shuffle. But never, I didn't know Phil Spencer was at Microsoft since 1988. I didn't know he started out there as an intern. I didn't know he was a kid. I didn't know that.
And he cheated his way to get the internship. It was some bullshit.
And you know what? That shows initiative. And he's a gamer and he loves gaming. So, to thumb through all of these, and I don't be looking for these YouTube videos. They pop up in my feed against my will, right? So, Phil Spencer was a failure. Phil Spencer this. The era was terrible, blah, blah, blah. And, we don't go off emotions here. We go off of facts. And, what Phil Spencer did is amazing. People like to say that the Xbox was in shambles when Phil Spencer took over in 2014 from, God damn it, I forget his fucking name.
Don Matrick.
Don Matrick. Thank you, dear. When Phil Spencer took over, Xbox was still a $670 billion company. So
or Peter Moore, one of the two. Peter Moore or Don Matrick, one of the two.
I don't know how in shambles they were to be a $675 billion company. You understand what I'm saying? So that statement makes no sense to me. I never understood that whole hate about E3 2013. I never understood that whole hate about the Xbox One generation. because all Xbox One tried to do was say, hey, listen, this is more than just a static box. I mean, it is a static box, but you could play games on it and you can stream off of it because you guys are going to be streaming and watching TV off of your boxes in the future. And
Mhm.
lo and behold, here we are in 2026. And what
Mhm.
is the primary use of a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox? To
Yep.
stream Netflix and stream Amazon Prime. So
YouTube.
YouTube. So Xbox was trying to introduce the future like a decade ago, but there's always going to be people who they're indifferent to change and they want to hold us back and they want to hold technology back. But you cannot hold technology back. It's going to change. It's going to adapt. Blockbuster Video changed to eventually gave way to Netflix. Things change, and CEOs and leadership changes. And Phil Spencer had a hell of a run. I'll get to Sarah Bond in a minute. Phil Spencer, during his time at Xbox, he oversaw Microsoft's transition, or excuse me, Xbox's transition from just being a static box that you played games on to becoming one of the world's largest gaming publishers. Xbox is the largest publisher on PlayStation right now. They're the largest
Yep.
publisher on Nintendo right now. That should be embarrassing for those two companies. But these are the facts. These are the facts. During Phil
PlayStation
Spencer's
is an Xbox.
during Phil Spencer's tenure, he introduced Game Pass, the Netflix of gaming, which is now at 34 million subscribers, paid subscribers, and drawing sync nearly 5 billion annually. Phil Spencer spearheaded massive acquisitions, unheard of in this sphere, unheard of. A move I didn't understand, but Zink did, the acquisition of Mojang, right? Generating over 12 billion in revenue from Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
12 billion. The acquisition of ZeniMax and Bethesda. So far, 2 billion in sales. The acquisition, the biggest one yet, of Activision Blizzard, which in 2024 saw 1.6 billion in revenue and 2 billion in revenue in 2025.
Mhm.
What these board of directors care about, they care about growth. They care about results. They don't care about perception. They don't care about market share. Oh, well, we're
Mind share.
mind share. What they care about is growth. And Xbox has grown since the Xbox One generation. I was there for the Xbox One generation. I was there, guys. I was there. Unlimited production and Sega Man and Dia for whatever people call the Xbox culture. I still don't know what that is. I'm still, for the life of me, trying to figure out what that is. Dia, I've been buying Xbox consoles since 2002, right? I guess the Xbox culture is that, that little stamp on there saying Xbox only and games being only on Xbox and Xbox having exclusives and everybody getting on Xbox Live and playing our games. And that was great, man. That was great back in the 2000s. The original Xbox owners, we were like this underground thing, like this cult, like you either knew that Xbox was better than PlayStation or you didn't, right? Then Xbox 360 came and was a massive success beyond anybody's imaginings, and everybody wanted to jump in and hop on the bandwagon because Xbox 360 was the most popular console. But if you ask me, Rock, do you want to go back to the Xbox 360 era? My answer to you would be hell no. A static box with nothing coming in and no Game Pass, no streaming. Streaming was in its infancy back then, right? Like we are so beyond that. We are so beyond Xbox being a static box that you just play games on. And all of this was because of Phil Spencer and his team. They saw that things were changing. They saw, guys, again, and we're gonna talk about this till I'm blue in the face. But I'm going to calm down now and try to understand everybody's point of view. But me personally, as a almost 57-year-old gamer, I have embraced this new digital future we live in, right? I remember the old Xbox and the Xbox 360 finally, but I'll be damned if I ever want to go back. And thank you for unlimited production. for putting up the Xbox Gaming's annual revenues. And as you see in business, usually it's a line going up, a black line instead of a red line going down like PlayStation. But if you look at this, that's a line going up. Fiscal year 17, fiscal year 18, fiscal year 19, 20, 20. The revenue keeps going up, Zinc. That's called growth. Xbox is expanding. I didn't understand why Xbox is putting games on PlayStation. I didn't understand why Xbox is putting games on Nintendo. Damn it. Keep our Xbox games on our console. I understand that. I understand how a lot of folks feel, but the old business model of console exclusives, selling consoles, is a fallacy. We have proven time and time again that PlayStation having exclusives has not sold any more consoles. It has not moved the needle. How is it that purportedly PlayStation has shipped 65 million units, and you only got 1 million units of
up to 90.
Yeah, exactly. The numbers don't fucking add up. Nintendo, their revenue numbers are down. The old model of Genesis does what Nintendo is over. The old business model of this whole console culture. This is why for years people like Noah's Alex has been telling us, look, man, things are better over here in the PC. We don't understand you console peasants because we got everything over here. We got Steam, we got Game Pass, we got this. And like all Phil was trying to do and has done is break down those walls, break down those barriers. And even PlayStation now are putting PlayStation games on Xbox, on PC. Why? Because they need money. They're trying to get live service games like Mojang. Why, Zinc? Because they need money. Because if you want to look at a model for failure, look no further than PlayStation.
Exactly.
Millions of failures with Concord. There are millions of failures over the last, I don't know, Jesus Christ, 25 years. It's a who's who of CEOs, Unlimited Production, Herman Holmes, Jim Ryan, Sean Layden, Andrew House, Yoshi Yoshida, Jack Trenton. Thank you very much, Zinc. Phil Harrison, Kaz Hirai, Ken Kutaragi. And here's the crazy shit, man. Here's the craziest shit. Ken Kutaragi was the first boss of PlayStation back in 1995, right? Phil Spencer's been at Microsoft longer than all of them.
Their whole crew,
right? So we're in an age now where things change, and Phil Spencer and his team said, "Listen, we are not going to win this console war. Us trying to have the Xbox console be number one, that'd be great. But it's like Xbox being number one in the console market is like being an ant with the tallest ant hill. Okay? What Phil Spencer and his team said was, let's not just get the money from Hebot and E-Rock and Zeke and the Unlimited Production. Let's get the money from everybody, right? Well, E-Rock, what does this money mean to you? It means more games in Game Pass. And we've seen it. We've seen evidence of this. Xbox right now is leading all the platforms in number of games coming out over the next 3 or 4 years. Quality games, not just quality, but quantity. All of this stuff we're enjoying now, this cavalcade, this flood of games each month in Game Pass was spearheaded by Phil Spencer, and I was a guy in 2017 who made the video. Phil Spencer should have been fired from his job. Well, I should have been fired. I should have been fired from my job because Phil Spencer made a liar out of me. He made a liar out of me by making Xbox not only profitable, so profitable that Satya Nadella, Zinc, and the big bosses at Microsoft said, wait a minute, Xbox made how much last quarter? Wait a minute, Xbox did what? And now you've got all these outside people, like this new CEO of Xbox coming in. I can't pronounce her name, Asha something.
Asha Sharma.
Asha Sharma. And everybody says, well, she doesn't know a whole lot about the gaming culture. Let me explain to you something about how businesses work. And this is something that Zinc knows well from being in business, and Unlimited Production knows well. Xbox cannot grow by hiring people with just gaming experience. Your company grows by cherry picking the best of the best executives from other companies. This is how businesses grow. This is how Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is how Apple. This is how other companies get successful. They grab a pool of talent from everywhere else. The boss of World Wrestling Entertainment, right? He knows nothing about wrestling, but he knows a lot. He knows a lot about sales and marketing. And he turned that company into a fucking monster. Okay? This is how businesses grow. They get talent from outside to help them grow. This lady's business acumen could be pivotal to Xbox's growth. And we're seeing the revenue right here, an upward trajectory, not a downward trajectory, not a flat line, a year-over-year upward trajectory. That was in Phil Spencer's revenue, his tenure. Now I want to talk really fast about Sarah Bond, and I'm gonna land my plane. Sarah Bond is a very capable business executive who was at Xbox for 8 years. She was also at the same time, simultaneously, while working for Xbox, she was on the board of directors of Tyson Foods. You know, the company makes those neat little dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets. And she was on the board of the University of California Cinematic Arts. She wears several hats. She had a good run at Xbox and Microsoft T-Mobile. She had a good run, and it's time to move on and go somewhere else. So they brought in this new lady and her business acumen, and I think is his name Matt Booty? He's been promoted.
Yeah.
And this is the new
Matt
team.
Booty.
This is the new team going forward, who's going to take what Phil Spencer did the last 14 years, or however 13 years, 12 years,
Let me say this.
and take it somewhere to the next level.
Hey, can you hear me, A-Rock?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Yes,
Go ahead.
But Miss Sharma here, she was a part of making Instacart profitable in 2024 before moving over to Microsoft.
Yeah.
So this idea that you need to sit there and play games for 10 hours a day to be worthy to be CEO of a gaming company is absolute nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Do people know what Instacart is? Because a lot of our audience don't.
Yeah, I know what it is.
We went through the pandemic. Everybody know what Instacart is.
Exactly, but there's actually some dummies out there who don't know what Instacart is. Instacart, during the pandemic, blew up. Instacart is a service where if you have a debit card, you put your debit card on file, and you can shop at any market you want. BJ's, Sam's Club, ShopRite, the Piggly Wiggly, and you order your groceries online, and Instacart for a fee delivers your groceries to you.
They're still doing that shit.
30, 40 minutes. And Instacart has grown. I did not know that she was the reason why, but this is what you do. You bring in these high-powered executives from outside of your experience to help your company grow. Now, I'm sure she don't know fucking Pac-Man from Mega Man. It don't matter. What she knows is business. And if she can make Xbox better, let's go.
With that being said, it's like that was Instacart. Sarah Bond changed the format of T-Mobile and kept it going. And now T-Mobile is supposedly bigger than Verizon, and their service is better than Verizon and AT&T, which I thought was going to be impossible. But she integrated all of this stuff here. But the only what I'm upset about, Asha, is like Sarah came in and she was there for a while. She still didn't get the top spot. Yeah. But she proved herself along 8 years. She did everything she said she was going to do. Yep. She said, I'm going to integrate everything, just like I did at T-Mobile. And she did it. She integrated everything. They called her over from Asus, the ROG Ally. Hey, we need help on this. She helped them with that. Now we have a handheld. She she just put everything and made everything seamless like she said she was going to do. And then we all wanted power. Everybody said Pete Dia over here with her 9090. Sarah actually said, I'm going to put a 9090 in our next console and it's going to be premium. And I think she mentioned Dia's name. But what I didn't like is they brought when Island Gaming with Jay, he had a good show. And he
Yeah.
showed how Robbie Bach didn't know shit. In fact, that whole crew didn't know shit.
No, I
But
saw that too. Yeah.
yeah, and I watch it all the time because it brings me back to college. And we were in a green room talking about education, but took me all the way back when we were taught the Microsoft way, but it took me all the way back when they didn't know anything,
Right.
but
Right.
they went off of Seamus Blackley and piled in, and everybody learned the business. And then they had to bring in somebody that was a dog that knew business, but it came from within Microsoft, and it was Robbie Bach. He didn't know shit, but he knew how to get shit. Sometimes you need a leader. And Robbie Bach, just like Seamus Blackley said, even though he had all of the genius, but you still needed a leader to put everything together. Asha comes in and you're immediately the head of a $500+ billion company within Microsoft.
Instacart, bro.
But Instacart isn't bigger than T-Mobile.
I understand that.
But what I'm saying is
what they're looking at is what she did in so short a time.
Yeah.
Right.
Not-
Right.
You
Okay.
know how this shit
let me
works, dude.
finish.
Go ahead.
Correct. Let me finish. That's good at Instacart, but she left Instacart and went to Meta. Okay. And this is why I'm leaving her alone. But Microsoft don't move like that. This is the first thing, and like you said, we continue education, E-Rock, because it's things we learn along the way. I never stopped learning about business ever. Owned one, it was a $500,000 business until the banks collapsed, the financial banks collapsed when them smart ass motherfuckers in government. I'm sorry, dear, those smart ass dudes in Washington did not save. Oh my goodness. They saved Bear Stearns and the others, but they didn't save Lehman Brothers. And they didn't understand how Lehman Brothers was connected to all 7 continents, and we were going to be trillions of dollars in the hole. Okay. And everything fell apart. But so we fast forward to this. Now we're here, and you immediately vault her to CEO of this, and the thing is that rubs me a little the wrong way is that she said, I promoted Matt Booty. I'm like, who are you? You were at Microsoft from 2024, and here's what I'm saying. You were here at Microsoft for less than 2 years. Here's what I'm saying, E-Rock. This is what they hired her for. And I believe Unlimited is on the same path with me. AI is not a bubble, people. Settle down. It's not a bubble. This is real stuff here. And she's proficient in artificial intelligence. And this is the angle that they're going. And I'm just going to sit back, and it's going to be a wait and see.
Well, to add to that, Microsoft went in deep with OpenAI.
Correct.
And I'm not sure that's paying off the way they thought.
It is. No. Hey, trust me. I watch it every day from 6 a.m. to almost 4 p.m. Central Time. So the market is closed, but I still dude, this is what I do every day. And then afterwards, I study shows that I miss because I'm watching other shows while the stock market is running. Now, here's the thing. Microsoft did make their money off AI, OpenAI, and listen, I'm going to tell you something. Microsoft's stock is 160%, 160 points down. When OpenAI go public, Microsoft is going to inherit nearly $1 trillion, and their stock is going to go through the roof. You heard it here first. And this is how I kept it going, because I can't trust anyone. Like, the internet is stupid. You can't trust people, so you do it on your own. So I'm 100% in the stock market, and I don't want to do anything else. I'm the manager of myself. But AI, trust me, people, it's real. Hey, Dia, I'm mad at you. I'm not too mad at you, but
Aw.
Nvidia,
What can I do
Nvidia,
to make it right, Zink? What can I do?
nothing. You could play games with Sega Man, Tube Man, and Gogo Pole. Hey, listen. And this is going along with Asha, and this is why I'm stepping back, because this is the future we are going into.
Okay.
Nvidia isn't even making uh uh GPUs for you, Dia, next year. They're not, because the AI data center is too profitable. They're not. But what Asha is bringing AI into this, like Sarah Bond brought software into this and integrated everything. Now I have to see what she does. I'm not going to totally shut her off. Like E-Rock say, we don't want to get emotional. Yeah, I'm a little emotional, but I'm reserved enough because of that Child Unlimited made us. I'm 57 already. It made us step back and say, hey, let's observe this, and let's not jump out the window like everyone else is doing, and let's just wait and see.
Yeah.
I've seen this happen before. It's like
Me too.
gamers, man, and I talk to all of them, some of my friends. Gamers live in this weird fucking bubble where this industry is supposed to be fucking immune from shit that goes on in business every day.
Right.
Like I used to be a manager decades ago, man, back in the early 90s, of this company called SpectaGuard Security. And there was this small little security that these four white guys started, like fucking, I don't know, man, in their basement of King of Prussia, right? And it got bigger, and the little company SpectaGuard absorbed this bigger company called Wells Fargo, right? And then Wells Fargo absorbed this bigger company called Allied, and then these motherfuckers became Allied Universal. They are unrecognizable from the company I worked for back in 1990. Unrecognizable. I think Universal Allied's the largest security company in the world. They must have had 1,000 CEOs since they were started and incorporated back in 1980, right? I call it the CEO shuffle. And a lot of those CEOs are from fucking food companies. They're from fucking prophylactic companies, excuse me, but they all brought in different business acumens that was relevant to what the company was trying to do, which is trying to grow. And I never understood it. I didn't understand it. But now that I see how companies grow, I understand that in order for Xbox and Microsoft to grow, they cannot just stay in one lane. And like I told my sister, she's like, what's with all this AI? What's this, another fad, E-Rock? I said, baby girl, listen, if the white people from every company, T-Mobile, fucking Microsoft, is doubling down on this AI shit, they must know something we don't know. they're not letting the black folks know what's happening. But we're doubling down on this AI shit.
Everyone is using it.
Exactly. So
all corporations are using it.
Yeah, and these corporations change, but this gaming bubble is so weird. Where, oh my God, Phil Spencer's retiring. Sarah Bond's going. They got a new hire. Well, it must be the end of Microsoft. Or what's happening? Oh, what a shakeup! Oh my God, what's happening? I'm like, you understand? These companies are unrecognized. Like who the fuck started Microsoft? Wasn't it Seamus Blackley and somebody else?
That was Xbox.
No.
Seamus Blackley started Xbox, bro.
But do you guys remember names like Steve Ballmer and fucking like those they are so far in the past that it might as well be the fucking Stone Age, man. The Stone Age.
But see, E-Rock, that's part of the thing. Bill Gates was Xbox Microsoft in the 70s, and Ballmer was a freaking dog, but Bill Gates knew Ballmer was going to take his spot, and he, just like the documentary said, Ballmer had the right to say no if Bill came up with a crazy ass idea. That's how Microsoft always operates. And Microsoft, people could hate Microsoft all they want. They aren't going anywhere. They're at
No.
the top of the food. They're at the top of the food chain in every freaking thing that's going on in the world today that people don't even see. But that transition, like Steve Ballmer, he was so great. He was like unlimited. He was like, hey, the game has passed me by. He saw it coming. He was like, I missed a couple things. It's time for me to get a successor.
I think the Windows Phone thing did him in.
Yeah, he you know,
I think he realized that he was late on the Windows Phone and Google, and the Android OS.
yeah, but I don't want to go too far into that. We can stick with the game, so I'm gonna give it back to you guys.
I know, but
let me give a shout out real quick to somebody in the chat, and this is important. Anonymous Boss Gaming, he says salute to all that's in the stock market, and I tell you, man, everybody get a position. And right now, while everyone is acting, and just like everything is the same to me. It's everything is relative. There are people in the talking heads in the stock market that mislead people. And right now, the S&P 500 should be this S&P 500 ETF. Everybody should get a Robinhood account. I'm on Morgan Stanley, and that's only because I was taught on Morgan Stanley almost 5 years ago, so I could work my way around it easily. But the one that people can get into easily, download the Robinhood app. SPY is the ticker symbol, SPY, and every week put $100 in it, or whatever you can afford to miss. Leave it there for 5 years. Right now it's low. It should be over 700, and it's not over 700 because they're hating on the tech stocks right now. But when they cut their bullshit out, man, the S&P 500 is just going to take off. And just like Unlimited showed us this chart here, the S&P 500 always outgrows your little savings in your bank account that's only giving you 3.5% on your money. The S&P 500 is going to steadily go up and to the right, and it's going to give you a minimum of 13% on your money. And just trust me, keep doing it, and just put your money there. You don't know the stock market. Don't do dumb shit like I'm doing. I trade options. It's very dangerous, and you will lose all of your fucking money. Unlimited, and I said this before.
I'm surprised Zink isn't doing this show from his base. His mom and him ain't doing it out of his car doing options trading, man. Because
be careful. You cannot. And I have 2 business degrees and an economics minor, and I still didn't know enough. I've been in the stock market 4.5 years now, and it took me the last year to understand that everything is not always what you see, because the stock market have their Destin Legaries in it too that feed you a line of bullshit. That's why we're here today. Okay, so but they can't talk over my head because I do understand business and where it comes from. So when they're misleading the public, I'm like, you full of shit. So that's how I was able to buy my daughter's car, my son's car, et cetera, because I got away from people that didn't want to pay me. And that, my daughters is the son are still going through school, so they have to get their money from somewhere. It might as well come from freaking dad. But everyone should download the Robinhood app and just watch the market. But if you put your money in the SPY, SPY is the ticker symbol, and just let it grow. Don't touch it at least for 5 years, and don't only take 5% off if you want to take something, and you'll still have double what it would be in your bank account. Follow me? Let's get back to gaming.
Yeah, we gotta get back. Great point.
Yeah,
I gave my friend a very similar.
Good one, Zink. Good one, Zink.
Yeah, I wrote that.
Tuck, you there? No.
Yeah.
You're right. Did you finish what you were saying?
I'm here.
Oh yeah. I'm done, man. I'm done, man. Just put some respect on Phil Spencer's name. We are where we're at right now because of him.
And put some respect on Iraq. Iraq said a lot of great points. And I don't need a turn. I just want to piggyback off of others because I could do this all day. But Iraq had a lot of good shit here that I wrote down. Y'all keep going.
Oh, look, man, Iraq came with notes. But Tuck, man, let me get your thoughts on the big news from Friday.
Well, the way I said, like, you got a lot of these people, all these naysayers, and all these people got these YouTube channels, They're trying to make money off this stuff and all that stuff. I mean, for the first time I heard what's his name, the review tech guy. Now, knowing that I haven't heard about him in a long time, everything would have to do the same. Then all of a sudden he pop up and he pops up.
Richard review tech.
I'm like, come on, y'all. I mean, all of a sudden this guy's gonna come back up after all this many years and everything. And I said, like, man, I said, man, don't hand me that stuff. Don't even hand me this fakery, because we know what he's all about. MBG, all of them is all about the same damn thing. That's the reason why I really don't do my channel no more, because everybody's just talking about the same damn thing. I mean, hey, we give the facts. The facts is that I think this young lady, she will do good for Microsoft. I think she really will. I mean, I hate to see Phil to leave. I hate to see Phil leave, but hey, he's ready to retire. He's ready to go. I mean, 38 years doing that job. I mean, you might as well got to count his internship, because in that case, you might as well say he was there for like 39 years. I mean, because for Pete's sake, hell, look at me. I've been working for the government damn near 40 years my damn self. So, hey, and I'm looking at retirement in the next 2 to 3 years. So, I mean,
invite me and I'll drive up there to Oklahoma, man.
I'm just saying, people with the YouTube channels need to chill the fuck out.
They can't.
They need to, but they can't, because they can't make their own money.
Yeah, listen. Imagine you go to your favorite YouTube channel, and for 10, 11, 12, 13 years, they've been confirming your bias that Xbox is dead. Xbox is dead. Xbox is dead. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yep. Xbox put their games day one on Game Pass, it's dead. Oh, Xbox is releasing a new console at $500, it's dead. Oh, Xbox is putting their games everywhere, it's dead. You know what I'm saying?
Handheld for $1,000.
Yeah,
it's dead.
But you know what? Overall, y'all, let me tell you now, Xbox did die. They channel would die right there along with it, because we have shit to talk about no damn more.
Correct, Chuck.
Nobody talking about PlayStation. Nobody's not talking about Nintendo. And like I told y'all, I'm gonna tell you one more damn time. Nintendo's I'm gonna say this one damn time. Nintendo's gonna have a problem, and it's called the Xbox Ally. That machine is a beast.
Sold out.
I've never seen nothing like it. I mean, Nintendo got their hands cut out for them next couple of years. I mean, I'm not gonna say that, because everybody's mad at Nintendo right now because of what's going on. But now that's set up for another day.
Well, Tuck. Just to prove your point, Nintendo, their stock plummeted recently.
Yep.
Despite them saying that they sold 18 or 19 million Switch 2s, it went down. All right, it didn't go up. So selling consoles didn't mean shit to their shareholders. So you might not. You've been onto something this whole time with that.
Cause you take like the Ally, man, dude. I mean, I never seen nothing like it. This damn thing does Steam. It does everything that you want to do.
I'm gonna get one.
Every damn game that I got on that little son of a gun, I can play. Call of Duty, no hiccups at all. I mean, man, it's a beast. It's a beast of a console, and people's going to have to deal with that son of a gun in the next couple of years. And I mean, as far as like the Steam box, the damn Steam machine is concerned, man, we've already been there and through that and then some, and it always have failed, and it's going to fail this time too, because yes, you got too many consoles out there. You got the PC coming out there now, with Xbox going to be on it too. Let's just, it's going to be a hybrid. That's all it is to it. It's going to be a hybrid. And PlayStation people might as well get ready for it. When this thing right here come out, they might as well get ready for it, because they talking about what, a PS5, PS6 won't be out until what?
2029, 2029, 2028.
Yeah.
It's delayed indefinitely. Let's not throw out years yet, because they said delayed
they said indefinitely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All right.
I'll go along.
People are only saying 2025 or 2029, 2030
Yeah,
because they don't know what they're talking about. All right.
Hey, let's hold on. Unlimited is trying to protect Sony. It's delayed
No, he's
because no,
No,
he
he's
is
not.
because Tuck,
No.
hear me out. Tuck, hear me out. Unlimited didn't finish telling the whole truth. Sony can't afford a new console right now.
Yeah.
That's true.
That is
stuff,
true,
The stuff the so-called market leader can't afford is just hilarious at
Yeah.
this point.
isn't it?
We sold 92 million consoles. Oh yeah? Why are you shutting down studios, canceling games, can't afford to put out
Blue
next gen?
point. Blue point.
The rise in RAM prices and all that stuff does suck.
Yep.
In the tech.
And
me, and Zig probably know.
And then the big thing is when Forza Motor 6 come out, they want that day one.
Oh no, it's going to come out 6 months
that
later.
They
gotta wait.
They're gonna get Fable day one, but they ain't gonna get the card game day one. And that's
no. That's going to come out 6 months later.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you what real quick why it's coming out 6 months later is because, well, one, I think Phil wants to just calm people down and give us something, yet is strategically product placed to bolster the fourth quarter on the PlayStation. They know people are going to buy that game during the holiday season. So it's what they're doing, they're loading the fourth quarter, and that's going to be a game that we already have. And Sony people already proved that they wanted the game because they bought more than 5 million copies of it. So they're getting a new one. And this is also a game that Japanese people are going to want to see also. So it's just going to bolster the fourth quarter numbers for this year.
Yeah, that's true.
It's business, baby. That's why they're not going to reverse the exclusive thing.
That will never happen.
That ain't gonna happen. It's cost too much money for these games to be made for number one, and you got to look at the money issue. Okay, I'm sorry. When these games cost 38 million, 40 million, 50 million to make, and all that stuff. Okay, you think they gonna have to recoup their money?
Hey, hold up, Tuck. We're not talking about games that we're gonna make.
Let me get through.
It's hundreds of millions.
All of us call ourselves being mad at first when they did exclusivity. I was mad as hell. But you know what? I realized, okay, it's all about MONY. It's all about Microsoft. Microsoft is not in here to lose money. They're in here to get money. So
look, in the end, there is no reason, and I know the console fans don't like hearing this, but at the end of the day, there's no reason to make less money just for the perception that your box has one or two extra games a year. And that's really where we're at with exclusives. There's only a handful of exclusives. Sony releases one big game a year, and that's supposed to be this big magical reason to buy a PlayStation. But yet, 99% of the games are on Xbox, PC, and I'd say 75% are on Nintendo because a lot of games still skip Nintendo. So you see the issue there, Tuck. But before I move on to Daya, let me answer the homie
That's Cygnus. Yeah.
Cygnus. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. How do you feel about Xbox fans blaming Sarah Bond? Xbox fans on Twitter blaming Sarah Bond over Xbox downfall. I think it's BS. I think it's absolute BS. That she's being used. And by the way, it's reason why is because of this what's his name? Tom Warren article where he spoke to because you know how everybody got insiders, right? So he spoke to his magical insiders, and they all pointed blame at Sarah because somehow I'm supposed to believe that the CEO of Microsoft had nothing to say. That Amy Ford, I believe, she's the CFO, right? Zink had nothing to say. That the CEO of Xbox, the guy that was over her the whole time, had nothing to say. It was all Sarah. BS. It's absolute nonsense that somehow she's the only one to blame for this. For what?
How did Xbox have a downfall?
I don't know. Yeah. Hey, Unlimited made me forget that CFO. That's your girl too. She's your counterpart. How am I forgetting her name? But anyway, real quick, Amy Hood. Thank you. Gee whiz, that's Unlimited's teacher. Hey, listen. So you know what? Here's the thing that really pisses me off. Nobody had a bad word to say about Sarah Bond for 8 years.
Nope.
Now,
Yeah,
Unlimited's
right?
favorite word, magically, now there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I hate that. I don't know how Philadelphia is. I know some rough riders out there, but you can't live like that where I'm from. You can't backstab people like that
Chicago.
and live to tell about it. You just can't do it. All of a sudden, she's this horrible, demonic person.
Because
All of a sudden.
they need a story, they need a narrative, they need something to talk about instead of talking about why have there been 13 fucking PlayStation presidents over the last 25 years. They need something else to talk about except why did PlayStation just shut down a studio? They need something else to talk about except other than why did you lose 400 million on Concord? They need something else to talk about instead of talking about this. This is Xbox's gaming revenues annually.
And E-Rock, I'm gonna add to that too. Why the heck? I mean, if she's so much of a damn problem, why is she gonna be a consultant when she leaves?
Yeah.
That too.
That's a good point. That's a good
Why are they gonna make her as a consultant?
They can get somebody else to do that.
Yeah, she was hard to work with. Oh, she's a boss because that's what bosses do. They gotta, so sometimes bosses gotta be hard on your ass. It happened to all of us in the workplace. I mean,
never mind.
It's absolute nonsense.
Because she's a woman, and especially even more egregious, Tuck, she's a black woman.
That's the wrong color to be.
Yeah.
They need something to talk about. They always need these YouTubers. These people always need something to talk about instead of talking about how Jim Ryan was forced to leave Sony, tail tucked between his legs, after fucking following Phil Spencer all across the galaxy to try to stop the Activision deal.
Galaxy.
They don't ever want to talk about the pertinent shit. They always want to talk about fucking Xbox all the time. And we have numbers all the time to back up the fact that Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond's run was successful. Oh, it was a failure. This is a fucking failure, making billions of dollars per fiscal year. This was a failure. Meanwhile, PlayStation loses 400 million on Concord. Let's talk about it.
Yep. They don't want to talk about that though.
No,
they don't want to talk about Blue Point either.
Talk about it either.
Yeah.
And here, last thing on that note, because Tuck is famous at least to me, for bringing up something that needs to be talked about. So if Sarah Bond was this ugly person, how did she make all of these deals with people in Japan and all of these other gaming studios?
Yep.
Why was she?
Speak about it.
Why was? Hey, check this out, Tuck.
I never did think you said it.
Tuck, let me finish praising you, Tuck. let me tell you, Tuck. Yeah, I'm outer zinc to you, Tuck. Hey, listen. Hey, how about this? Sarah Bond was so cordial. She was commended by the federal judge in San Francisco on how she conducted herself in court. And she looked at Jim Ryan on the TV and was like, hey, why don't you do what they're doing? She was the only one that judge stood out and was like, damn, who are you? That's how great this chick was.
Yep.
She didn't have a problem until The Verge today. It's ridiculous.
We did. There's never any. You know how sometimes, for example, Vince McMahon had rumors for decades about some issues going on in WWE. To where when shit finally happens and the shit hit the walls, it was like, okay, I could see that, right? There's been other CEOs or heads or presidents. Hell, Sony had a guy that was trying to stalk children that had to get arrested.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
They forgot about that.
They ain't talking about that either.
Yes, but somehow I'm supposed to be. Sarah Bond had a clean reputation for her whole 8 years, 10 years. She led the this is the Xbox, marketing, I guess. I mean, it's clear that her vision was for everybody play your Xbox game everywhere. That's why she was, that's what she's been saying for the last 2 years. The next Xbox gonna be the biggest generational leap in console history.
Yes, yes.
And people, that didn't matter because people still said, "Hey, Xbox not making a console anymore." No matter how many, even though it's a point, I kid you not, every single interview she was doing before these last few months. Every single interview, she talked about the next generation console and what happened. Xbox is canceling their console. Xbox is killing their next console. Xbox not releasing consoles. Does it make sense for Xbox to keep releasing consoles?
And then Unlimited. Let's go to the highest point. AMD's president Lisa Su acknowledged Xbox, and she said, "Hey, their chip is ready. It'll be ready to go for them in 2027." And then you still, even Paris said, "Is it still coming?" Lisa Su said it is.
Seriously, because the people who actually work there, Zinc, E-Rock, Daya, Tuck, Sega Man, who has the knowledge, who has the real insider information, because they are the insiders. They don't ever believe it when they come to Xbox, but yet somehow they immediately believe King Thrash or some shit,
or the Verge, or the Verge, or some other shit. And
I'm going to add to that. I'm going to add to this too before I shut my mouth. Check it out. Now you know that these people who they're talking about how Sarah Bomb talking about, they're talking about how the games, how Xbox Anywhere failure and all that stuff. I said, let me ask you this. How the heck can it be so much of a failure? You got all these damn TVs and they got the app on the TV.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm just saying, it makes sense to me on that. You got LG, you got
Hisense,
you got
Samsung.
Sony,
Samsung.
You got Samsung. All these TVs got an app on it where you can play your games on the TV.
And hold on, wait, let's stop. I heard who said Sony TV?
Tuck did.
Hey, Tuck is a liar. Hey, Dia, did you hear this shit? Hey, that's not even owned by Sony anymore. 51%.
Oh, that's right, Jake.
Get them Unlimited.
Yep.
TCL. Right now they owned by TCL right now, but nobody ain't talking about that.
Nope.
Yeah. Hey, they sold off the division.
Yeah.
Remember
they
that?
sure did.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Okay, and now the Zinc, out of Zinc, and then they sold that off. Whatever your name is, Zinc.
Don't even correct Tuck no more, man.
Classic.
Let me ask you this. Now, did you know that they sold the division off their TV division before they did the report?
Yeah, hey, Tuck, let's do it.
They sold the division off.
Yep.
Hey, let's do one better. On Greg Miller's show, Kind of Funny Games, he had Yoshida on there, and he told Greg Miller that one of the Sony TV divisions bailed the PlayStation division out.
They did.
Nobody wants to talk. Nobody had an emergency show about that. Nothing. Nobody. Because I think one of the Sony TV brands they went crazy, and they actually had to give PlayStation money to bail the PlayStation. He said it on Greg Miller's show in his face.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, he did.
Damn.
Yeah, that video is still up there. Yeah, it's his interview with Yoshida. The guy that was big in gaming, and then they demoted him to indie games. That guy.
We'll make a new handheld though.
Before I move on to Daya, is Yoshida the guy who got dragged out of Sony, or am I thinking of somebody else?
No, that's Sega Man's boy, Sean Layton. They actually threw his ass through a glass window.
But Daya 4568, the Queen of Green. I apologize for you for so long. But I'm glad you made it as well.
Wait. Unlimited. You say the Queen of what? The Queen of Green?
Yeah, the Queen of Green.
Yeah, man.
The first lady of chat.
He just heard
bro.
Yeah,
First thing in Xbox, brother. What you talking about?
I've been saying that since
yeah, it's been a while now. Yeah.
I like that name.
I got Tuck's back because I almost had to take Dia to court because she was kind of slipping to that PC side a little bit.
Oh man.
Hey, her Xbox is a PC. I mean, her PC is an Xbox anyway.
I
So
can't
That's a
play as
fact.
much as I used
You
to,
taking
though.
Dad to Judge Mathis?
Hey, before Dia story, there's only one thing I gotta say about this whole doggone panel, and I want you to hear this. Okay, you know how everybody want to talk about how Call of Duty's numbers are down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
For the last 2 months, they've been the number one seller. They've been the number one game for the last 2 months.
yeah, listen,
Correct.
it's the
I'm glad you
That's
clarified
all-
that.
Nobody talks about
At
Call
this
of Duty
point-
number one.
yo,
They-
Zeke, I mean,
They're doing what they doing.
hey, Tuck, at this point in the cycle, Call of Duty releases, it's the worst one ever. Nobody's going to buy
Yep.
it. We're going to
Yep.
boycott it. They boycotted last Call of Duty. It's the
Yes.
best-selling game.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, them
Correct.
PlayStation
Ever.
dudes are like,
Best
yeah,
selling Call of Duty
Battlefield's better.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just
And
think of what Unlimited just said. It
No, the only thing Call of Duty killed was Sony's revenue. Now they really can't make games.
Yep.
That's what
And
it did.
just think about it. The Call of Duty that they boycotted is the biggest selling Call of Duty in the history of Call of
Yeah.
Duty.
That's
And
right.
now,
Mhm.
and you have to compare that Call of Duty to this Call of Duty, and they say, "Oh, it's a failure." It's down because that was the biggest selling Call of Duty ever.
That's
Of
a good
course you-
point. That's an excellent.
People fail to factor in the full. Listen, I know how to read a financial statement. Unlimited really knows how to read a financial statement because he wrote that bullshit. It'll take me a little longer to really break it down, but people don't understand that. It's like Destin. Destin said, "Oh, I just read the financial statement. I'm going to crunch some numbers." Clown, you're a journalist. You don't know what you're reading.
These gamers, before Dia goes, these gamers, Tuck, they live in this weird ass bubble. And the more and more I see it, it's just so odd to me. It's not like I just woke up yesterday and had this vision of the future, but it's all around us, man. Nobody's listening to the compact disc no more. Everybody's got Spotify, right? Nobody's watching DVDs no more. Everybody's got Netflix and streaming. These gamers are holding on to something that is dying and has died. The Xbox 360, Sega Genesis, consoles, the Xbox. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not. The Xbox culture, the PlayStation culture. I don't know what that is because now I'm living in a world where I want everybody to be able to play everybody else's games. I want Nintendo one day to wake the fuck up and realize they're gonna be making a ton of money if they just put Nintendo classics everywhere. Eventually, somebody, that old stodgy ass Japanese board of directors, is going to die off, and eventually somebody is going to think PlayStation is getting with the bandwagon. These gamers are holding on, Unlimited, to something that is dying. They don't want to admit it. The console gaming is stagnant. It's stale. It's dying. Console exclusives don't fucking sell. It takes a game like Fortnite or Minecraft or Call of Duty that's everywhere to draw any huge numbers. Every rare once in a while, you'll have an anomaly like Grand Theft Auto 6, which, by the way, is costing Rockstar $2 billion to make. That's official. $2 billion. So there's no way in hell they're going to get their money back, but they're going to take that gamble, okay? And when it doesn't make its money, it may make its money back, but this is a hell of a gamble.
It will.
Console gaming has been shrinking, and nobody wants to believe it. So Xbox made a move to get past the static fucking Xbox, and people just don't understand it.
Hey, let me say this one last thing, because E-Rock brought up Call of Duty. Hey, and I'm gonna take one last dig at Dia, because Dia is our girl. But I'm gonna take this shot. Hey, Sega man, I'm gonna take this shot right between Dia's. Hey, Dia, you can. Hey, Dia, you're not gonna be able to play Call of Duty. I mean, GTA on your 90-90. It's not coming out this fall.
Oh, I don't even play the game, so
Well, I just want to say it anyway, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, so your
And
90-90
so a lot
won't
of
work.
people are gonna
But I
flock
know you
to
have
the
Xbox. I
console.
just felt like
Yeah,
I
I
just
have
shared that for
Xbox.
the people, you know, because you don't like us no more. So, you know.
Yeah.
God.
Yes,
I don't know if you know this or not. See, everybody want to talk about how the PC players are not playing Call of Duty. You know the reason why they're not playing Call of Duty right now?
They ain't getting it.
Now, as of this week, if they get caught cheating, on Call of Duty, they're gonna give them a warning. If they keep on doing it, they're gonna hardware ban the system.
Yep.
That's all.
Wow.
That's good. I
That's all
Good.
it is.
the cheating is an issue, but we got to move on. And you know, look at what's on screen, E-Rock, as I pass the mic over to Daya. So Daya, you know the big news this week, or as of Friday, Phil Spencer gone, retiring. Sarah Bond resigned, she's out, and we got a new Xbox CEO. I want to hear your thoughts on everything that you think that this means for Xbox, you know, going forward, what you thought about Phil, what you thought about Sarah, everything on your mind about the topic.
Okay. I might come at things a bit different because you guys like covered.
Please do, Daya. Please do.
I don't know how I feel. I'm not gonna say that I'm extremely happy. I'm going through a lot of different emotions. I liked Phil Spencer, but I didn't always agree with every choice he made.
Yep.
But I'm gonna miss the heck out of that man. When I saw Phil Spencer, I thought Xbox. He was the savior of Xbox, and he always will be. And I wish that he had a celebratory exit. In my mind, I thought that Phil should leave right after they do the summer thing. You know, after he does that one last time, because I would love to see his one last thing, and you know that his signature stuff. And then after that, you know, we could just have like a little celebratory thing where everybody sits down and talk about Phil's years in Microsoft as a whole, and also as part of Xbox. That's in my mind what I thought, because when a person serves so many years like that, giving so much of their life to one company, I thought that that's the kind of way I wanted to see him leave. But for it to drop when it did, I like it just came out of nowhere to me. Like I had a feeling that Phil was leaving because he just seemed to drift into the background more and more. I didn't see him as much, and he would come to the big things, but it's just I felt it. I don't know if anybody else did, but I kind of felt like he was kind of not there as much as he used to be, right? And and that's okay. I was okay with that. You know, he's getting older and things like that, you know. But I had a feeling, I just kind of had a feeling that he was probably going to do.
Hold on, bro. We the same age. I don't like that part you just said that. So he's older. You trying to call us old?
Taking it easy.
Come on, bro. Like, what's going on?
You take it easy. Why should you do all the work when you got people under you to do it? Right? You take it easy.
I'm gonna take your ass to court.
You oversee everything. And I thought he deserved it. When he got promoted, I'm like, okay, Phil can just let Sarah and others do all that hard grunt work. You know, he can just kind of oversee everything and take it a little bit easy. It's not as hard, you know. It's a lot of responsibility, but you know, it's not as much work as he had to do before. So that's how I kind of saw it, you know. And I don't know. It doesn't come off as if he celebrated. And I think that the way he's tried to save gaming as a whole and unify gaming, you would think that you would hear from more places like PlayStation and Nintendo about Phil's impact on gaming and how he was a friend of the industry. But now maybe it's out there, but I haven't seen that. And I'm kind of surprised with the amount of time that he served, and he was always gracious. Even if he was in competition with other companies, he always viewed all of them as part of the same industry. And so I've not liked the way that his exit has been handled. Whether
he have some form at E3, you never could tell.
But to Dia is saying he's not leaving on his terms. his announcement
I
for
don't
his
believe.
retirement should have been at E3 or something
Yeah.
like that
Right,
for the
thank
both
you.
of them, because
Right,
he's done too much, and
right,
that's the way he should have been able to retire on his terms. Even if it would have been done subliminally, she's taken over. All right, you hold that down until E3.
exactly.
Right.
And
Yeah.
this is the thing that stands out to me the most, that where are you guys? Because whenever something happens for PlayStation or Nintendo, he reaches out and he says, like, congratulations,
Yeah.
Facts.
whatever. He
Yep.
does
He
that.
does.
Where are they here at this
Dear,
time when it seems
dear,
like he's alone?
They ain't
He's
gonna say
dear,
nothing.
dear,
Great point.
dear,
That's why we like
dear,
you.
not
Go
to,
ahead.
dear, not to cut you off. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I've been watching this play out for decades now. Nintendo and PlayStation have never been celebratory about anything the competition does. Maybe they were once when Reggie Fils-Aimé was in
Yeah.
charge of Nintendo,
Yeah.
but for the most part, I've never heard, unless you guys know something else and can enlighten me, I've
Never.
never heard
You
PlayStation or
great point,
Nintendo
E-Rock. Never heard it.
ever say anything
Great
celebratory
point.
about anything Xbox or Microsoft did to help them out, to help the gaming
Nope.
industry. Because
Not
again,
once.
these are two diminishing, fading companies concerned more with holding onto their market share than celebrating gaming. Phil was an anomaly. Phil was an anomaly, dear, who celebrated gaming no matter what platform it was on, and because of that, people said, "Well, he's all about kumbaya, my lord, and he's all about being friends with everybody, and he should crush Sony, and he should crush Nintendo." And I'm like, "Yo, man, like maybe Phil grew the fuck up, and maybe we should grow up too." But I mean, I'm to get back to what Dia's saying, I hear what she's saying. You figure the entire industry will be like, "Yo, Phil,
Right.
man, thank you for your contributions, man. Thank you for your
Yep.
contributions,
Yep.
not just to Xbox but to gaming." But I don't think these other you'll probably hear something come from Gabe Newell over at Steam, but I doubt if you're going to hear anything from Nintendo and PlayStation, dear.
No, they won't. You won't hear nothing from them.
And
At all.
I would say that deeply saddens me, because right or wrong, Phil, much because he spends so much time in gaming, and I'm very sad that it's been handled this way. I always had that envision for his exit, and I thought at least I hope Microsoft would do something like that. I don't know, maybe they will, because I think he doesn't leave until what, October?
Is it Zink? You
No,
know?
he's
I
he
think
no
he's
he
going to
no
help Asha.
actually today was his last day, but
Oh,
he's going to stay on for the rest of the year or a year to help with the transition, and
Yeah.
so is Sarah Bond. She's going to stay on, and her letter came as an afterthought because too many people said, "Wait a minute, what about Sarah?" And I know her contact said, "What happened to Sarah?" And that's why Sarah put that letter out. And Phil, gracious as always, he mentioned Sarah Bond in his final letter. And Sarah Bond is so damn classy. She mentioned Asha in her final
she
letter.
did.
So, go ahead, dear.
Dear, one more thing, dear. I hate to break this to you, dear, but you should know now. This is who we are, and it used to piss me off, get me mad. I'm cool with it now. I just tune all of this nonsense out. This is who we are. You would think that, especially over there, the PlayStation audience, they would be thankful of Phil Spencer. Man, yo, man, thank you.
Right, he
For
brought
putting
games to them. Right.
for putting Forza Horizon on PlayStation.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you for putting Gears or whatever
Yep.
was on
Thank you for
PlayStation.
Sea of Thieves.
Because we had nothing over here. There's no we're still waiting on Wolverine. Nope, they can't do that. They gotta kick him on his way out. That's who we are, dear.
Yes, it's
Hey, I had
sad.
something to say. But I'm gonna let Dia talk because the chat like to hear her voice. Go ahead. I'm gonna get on you what you just said, E-Rock, because that was so poignant. I got to get a piece of what you just said. Go ahead, Dia.
Okay, so that's the first thing that I noticed, and again, that saddens me, and so I just want to say to Phil, if he ever sees this, thank you for all the sacrifices that you made. I know that tried to answer everything that
Yeah.
we asked. We asked for more Japanese games. You did that. You listened to us. And
Yeah.
although you're no genie, you can't make everything happen the way you want. You're not the
Mhm,
head
mhm.
head of Xbox. I'm sorry, Microsoft to get everything done the way you want. I think he did a lot to save the brand and to try to innovate within the brand, and I appreciate that.
And you know what?
Now,
I'm hoping that someday he might be hearing this
I do
because
too.
that's
I
a
do
true
too.
statement right
He'll
there.
be surprised who listens to your podcast, brother.
And I want to shift it over to something else because I think I have to represent this aspect of things, and it won't be popular in our group, but I do need to focus on this because the perception of Xbox was damaged. And what I hope from
You
Asha,
going to court.
what I hope from Asha, because we know we one of our own felt that way, and we know that about Hebot. Okay, so I have to represent Hebot here since he's not here. And Hebot felt that Xbox had forgotten the console and the physical gamer. And I didn't like the pain that he felt as being a loyal Xbox gamer for so long. And I think that was the one casualty I didn't like to see in our community. And so with Asha, some of her words and the things that I've heard her say, to focus on the fans that had always been there, that's something that's needed right now. And I think that you know, I don't think exclusivity is going to come back. Maybe sometime that exclusivity with certain things or something. Who knows? We don't know what she's going to do. But whatever she does, she has at least put it out there that she has not forgotten that, right now her team, the people that she's worked with, her booty and others, are not going to forget about the gamers that have always been there, the people like a Hebot that collects physical, that loves the console, loves that environment, that they just feel forgotten. And I think that right or wrong, even if Microsoft was doing the right moves and stuff, is maybe they were moving at it too fast. Maybe they were doing it in such a way that they needed to better explain it to the people, or maybe take it a bit slow so that that transition doesn't hurt so much. But whatever, I have to acknowledge that. And I say that personally, I don't know Asha. I don't know what she's gonna do. I'm completely neutral with her. I'm not for or against her. I'm waiting to see.
Mhm.
But I that gave me a little bit of hope for the people who had those feelings, and I don't want to pretend like what they felt was wrong or that they're insignificant, because they're not. And I think that when they thought that Xbox didn't care about how they like to game anymore, they disconnected. And I think that I'm glad that she noticed that, and that she's going to try to address that. And I know that people don't like me saying that, but I don't stand here just for some type of gamers. I stand here for all of the different Xbox gamers. Okay, and that
I agree with
including
that,
Hebot
and
now.
also you praising Hebot, but Unlimited have a wall of games, and Sega Man is a collector too. So those three guys, they
Right, Sega
do
Man. Yeah,
they
I'm,
and I got to catch up to Unlimited and get me
right.
a handheld. Hey, I want to acknowledge a couple.
I, I don't have a handheld.
No, no, I'm talking about the wall of games you have,
Oh
disc
yeah.
games. Yeah. But anyway, what was I going to say? Emmanuel one is in the chat. I want to read this real quick. I
oh,
feel loved as an Xbox console gamer. Quick resume and Game Pass are the best things to ever happen to gaming.
Sure is.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
This is
Yeah.
what I said to Hebot about Xbox forgetting the console gamer. He didn't forget about my black ass. Dude, I love the hell out of Xbox. I love the culture that they've created. And Iraq, I do understand culture, but Hebot is on the other side of the pendulum, and Hebot is going to have to explain what he's talking about. And I'm older than Hebot. I've been gaming longer than everybody,
Not
and
me.
I've never. Yes, I have.
No,
I've
you
been
have
gaming.
not.
How old are you? How old are you, Tuck?
Dude, I'm 59.
Oh, I stand corrected. Let me shut the fuck up. Hey, but anyway, I've been gaming a long time, and the culture is great to me. I I
Mhm.
think that this Xbox is the greatest Xbox of all time.
it
I
I
is.
agree.
mean,
For me, it is
I
too. The
can't
games have
stand it.
been phenomenal. I've enjoyed the games a lot. I
And,
think they've been
and
knocking it out of the park with the games.
and I'm gonna give it right back to you. And just like E-Rock said about an hour ago, just the atmosphere of the things that you can buy on the Xbox,
Yes.
everything that's there.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember I was having the worst time of my life, and I downloaded Ferris Bueller's Days Off,
Oh
and
yeah, that's a great movie, bro.
d- man, I watched that shit at like 2:30 in the morning because I just couldn't sleep. I had the worst time. I was just going through a one. We've all had bad periods in our
Yeah,
lives,
you're my
and that
team,
was
man.
mine. Hey, dude, and I did that. And the what they have brought to us is exceptional. Go ahead, dear.
And to get back to what Dia was saying, I'm glad she brought that up. I'm really glad she brought that up. I notice sometimes I can seem ambivalent to that audience that wants Xbox, to return to what it was, the physical gamers and all of that stuff, and gamers like Hebot. I'm coming from a space, me personally, where I lived through that Xbox One generation. I was there. I was there. I was there for that whole that shit was rough, man. That shit was rough. Watching Xbox put out good games and nobody gave a shit. Watching Xbox put out great exclusive games like Arise, Sun and Rome, and Sunset Overdrive, and,
Yep.
and Quantum Break, and nobody gave a shit. I was
Right.
there back in 2016 when Fable Legends got canceled, and then that
Mm.
game Scalebound got canceled, and they gave Phil Spencer shit anyway. So
Right.
so Xbox when they were catering to the Xbox gaming culture, whatever the fuck that is, they were damned if they do and damned if they didn't, right?
Well,
It's only
Facts,
it's only
100% facts.
hold on, Tuck. It was only a few of us in this room that supported Crackdown 3, while everybody
Hmm.
gave it
Yep,
shit, talked shit
I
about it.
bought it
So
physically.
so
yep.
so 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 you guys have to excuse me, and I love my boy Christopher. You guys got to excuse me if I don't know what the fuck some of these Xbox gamers are talking about.
Yep.
About we want Xbox to go back to what it was, and we wanted to cater back to the Xbox game.
it
So I'm
ain't
not
gonna
an
do
Xbox
that.
gamer. I've been buying a console since 2002, and I'm
Facts.
saying that Xbox had to evolve beyond what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, give give some of these gamers these physical copies of these games they want, and some of these shumps they want. And Hebot's biggest gripe is that a lot of these games, these Japanese games particularly, go to PlayStation first and
Hmm.
not Xbox. And my thing is fine. Let them go over there. Let them not make any fucking money like Square Enix did. And look what
And they
happened.
learn. Yep.
They finally
They
put
learn.
Final Fantasy VII Remake on Xbox, and Fantasy VII Remake is just what you thought it was. Another damn Final Fantasy, because a lot of these Japanese games aren't what they're hyped up to be. So
Correct.
my thing is I hear Dia makes a good point in representing Heba, and I'm glad she
She
did that.
does.
I don't want to seem ambivalent to the cares of the people that just not down. Like it's people that want to be analog, and that's cool, and it's people like me that want to be digital. All I'm saying is we have to come to a happy medium because
Right.
Xbox had to change. They
Right.
were not going to grow catering to that audience anymore because that audience was not there from 2013 to 2019. And if they were, maybe they didn't buy enough games. Maybe your voices weren't vocal enough. But I was there through that Xbox One generation, and that shit was rough. That shit was rough. Not because of anything Phil Spencer was doing, but because they didn't have all their eggs lined up in a basket. Xbox since
Well, hey,
2020 has had all
hey,
their
Rob,
eggs lined up in a basket, and that's why all of these games are flooding in the Game Pass now, and we're benefiting. We are benefiting
That's
because
true.
Xbox switched gears and said, "Look, Hebot, I know it seemed like we kind of not addressing some of your concerns, but like we addressed your concerns from 2013 to 2019, and we got kicked in the fucking nuts over it, right? So we had to kind of change and switch gears because this console war wasn't benefiting us, and ain't benefiting PlayStation fans, whether they know it or not. They're benefiting now by getting to play Forza Horizon 5 and 6. It wasn't benefiting Nintendo fans because they're going to always be in their bubble of playing Mario from now until rabbits run the White House, right? Nothing's going to change over there. Xbox had to change, and getting people to understand this is like trying to teach a calculus to a horse. But I appreciate Dia for defending that segment of gamer. I just don't understand why we have to stay tethered to yesterday. because yesterday, Dia, did not benefit me. It did not benefit me at all. Xbox Series X has been so great. I almost don't even see how I tolerated Xbox One.
Yeah.
How did I tolerate that shit? How did I tolerate that bullshit?
Hey, real quick.
Like Sunrise of Rome, when it first came out, they did IGN. This one guy, he did a review of the game before the game even came out. Okay, and he said it was good. Then they go turn around and do another review on it, IGN, and then they said the game was bad.
Because that's who they are, Tuck.
Yep.
That's what they did, and it didn't deserve that. So you know,
they've been taking shots at Xbox forever. They're going to keep taking shots at it, no matter who's in charge of it.
Right.
You understand?
But real quick,
they're never going to stop.
Never. No matter what Xbox does, it'll never stop. Hey, Doc Dark, this is Dia 4568. She's been an Xbox guy for the longest time, and she does come from a different perspective at times, because that's what a female thinks different than us, especially crazy people like E-Rock and myself. Well, it's just a different perspective where she comes from.
The women don't.
But we're our 40 minutes in. Daya, please continue.
Okay. Thank you, Doc Dar. I saw what you said. You're very kind, and I'm a similar gamer to you. I do play on PC as well. I have my husband plays. He's console only. And I play PC and console. So right now,
her better half got it right.
Yep, and my husband's currently playing Resident Evil 4. We're getting ready for the next Resident Evil. I just bought that, so you know, yeah, I'm pretty much been gamer for a long time. So in case you didn't know that, yeah. But just to I'm trying to cover angles that I think that need to be covered, because I can't outdo what you guys said. And what I'll say is that. Do I have some concerns? Yes, but it doesn't come from Asha herself. It comes from Satya. I'm just going to be honest, okay? The money people,
agreed.
That concerns me. And I think Phil had enough time there, and he had enough respect that he can kind of help shift things if it was going too far, at least to some degree. I don't know if raising the prices on the console came from him. Probably came from maybe Amy Hood and stuff like that. And I don't think these things helped at this time, but I understand.
There.
So I guess I'm in a holding pattern to see how things go. The one thing that I'm nervous about with Asha, I don't want her to be a yes man to Satya. That's my only thing. I want her to bring what she wants to bring to Xbox, and she has the talent, in my opinion, as far as to be a good CEO, and she obviously she's going to listen to Satya as far as some things, but I want her to be her own person. I don't want her to be a carbon copy of Phil. I want her to bring what she thinks is good for Xbox too. I want her to have her own stamp, right? Just like I wanted that for Sarah Bond when I thought she was going to inherit the role. And so that's the one thing I'm looking for her. And I'm in a wait and see. I'm not judging her harshly or anything. I'm open to what she's going to do, and I'm going to see what she does. As far as Sarah, I was shocked by that. This is my last thing, because this is all the things that you asked me, Unlimited. As far as Sarah, I was shocked by that. As far as I know, Phil was grooming her to be his successor. Yeah. So why Asha was chosen, the only thing that I could see, I'm just gonna ignore that article that's on Sarah Bond, because I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Some things don't hit the mark with me with that article, so I'll wait and see on that. What I'll say is that she wasn't proficient enough in AI, which is the direction that Microsoft is heading in, and I think that each department, each division of Microsoft needs to have a good, firm understanding of that if this is going to be the big push for Microsoft in the future. And although Sarah was strong in cloud, I don't think she was as strong as Asha is in AI. And I think that could have been the one thing that edged her out. Excellent. That's my assumption, okay? And so I think this is
that's not an assumption. That's it. That's okay. It. That's the nail on it. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, so so a lot of people, they have a lot of conspiracies of what was going on. I just that's the one difference between her and Sarah, because Sarah had, I think, more experience in other things, but in that one area, which is very important to Microsoft right now, I think she's stronger. And I don't know if Sarah has enough knowledge or anything to really push that forward.
Oh,
For the
Sarah knows
Because I
it,
mean,
but
think
this is
about
her
it.
Asha's background. This is
Right.
what
She's
she does.
strong in
This is
that.
the new thing. This is the new industrial revolution. I could explain it to you guys later, but it's real, and this is something Asha is proficient at. That's why I'm
Okay.
not jumping out the window right now and just gonna hang myself. But
Mhm.
I'm just gonna let it go, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. Okay. So okay, if you agree with that, then I guess it was a good guess, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
that was great,
Yeah.
deal.
oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
it definitely was. Definitely was, Dale.
No hyperbole, Dea. If you made that video and you weren't in this chat, I would have gave it a like, because that would have been literally the only reasonable take I've heard throughout these last.
The only intelligent take.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. So yeah, I try to think things through and analyze when I give responses, and I try to base off of what I see. But I think with that article, I'm a little iffy
Mhm.
about that article. I don't know. It's
You
something.
still going to court?
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I better get my tickets ready for Judge Mathis, nigga.
I want to say bye, Dark. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to close out real quick, because I know we've been long here. That's what I see there with Asha, with Sarah. And honestly, if Sarah couldn't take the spot that she was being trained for, I understand she could do other things. She's very talented. She's very, very educated. So I could understand that. She just lost that spot. And it's based on, I believe, Microsoft heading in a direction that nobody really could foresee back when she first joined. But she was perfect for when they was heavily into the cloud area. Perfect for that. So I guess where I'm at, I'm kind of all over the place. I guess you guys can see that.
Mhm.
But very sad about how Phil has been handled. Not happy about losing Sarah, because I grew attached to her. And I saw her as the next person, but I understand things
Me
don't
too.
always go that way.
Yeah.
But I will say this, and this is the thing I will end with, is a little bit console worry. Okay. That Matt Booty being right up under that woman, and the way he thinks, because I don't know how true this is. Matt probably was never on board with the whole sharing the games and all that. So he's just I call him Hitman Matt for a reason. I think he has his opinions about things, and I
He
think
was-
that he's cutthroat. I think
Yeah.
he's a silent
Yeah.
assassin.
And Dea, remember, he was the one that talked about spending Sony out of business.
Out of business.
Sending them out of
Exactly.
business.
That's
Yeah.
where he wanted to go. Okay. And I
Yeah.
don't think those feelings have changed. I don't think Matt changes his mind. I think he's a certain way. Now, is he a good, like, he's not going to usurp his boss. He's very good at being a team player. But with Matt being promoted, and I think that Asha probably will lean on Matt for a lot of things, because he has so many years of experience. I'm just saying that if Xbox does go in a slightly different direction, don't be surprised if some of Matt's fingerprints are all over that, because I wonder. I just wonder with that, because it doesn't surprise me that Matt, I was shocked that Matt didn't take the role. Like, of the big three, I thought he would be next in line. I'm actually surprised. But again, he's not strong in the AI. So I think I understand why Asha's there. But oh my gosh, with Matt being where he's at, we're just gonna see, because I thought he did phenomenal with the content. He's done great with the games.
Yep.
I can't even complain. The only thing is, I think Microsoft has been hurting themselves with the games. I think the games are coming out too close and all this stuff, and people it's just too many games. I think
It's not that they're not coming out too close. Is that they bought all of these studios and all of these publishers, and now we're just getting flooded. And that's not a bad problem to have. God damn it!
I wonder,
It ain't a bad problem to have.
Yeah.
Shit.
did that hurt
The
Ninja Gaiden?
digital
No,
Weight
it's such
Watchers.
a great game,
No,
but it's
no,
like,
what hurt Ninja Gaiden was Ninja Gaiden. It wasn't, and I paid for the best version to get all of the DLC.
Right.
That character was too small for me. And it wasn't like the older, like the Shadow Drop Ninja Gaiden. What a
Yeah.
game!
Were you
As
That
soon,
was a good
were you
game. Yeah.
Hayabusa?
man, and I don't want to tell E-Rock this because E-Rock is, you know, he won't. You playing one game again? I beat that game 9 times, bro.
Damn,
Nine
bro.
times.
Oh wow.
That's
And
what's
I
up.
might beat it. I might beat it again, you know. But I
Hardcore,
played
Zane.
that
Hardcore.
game. I played the new Ninja Gaiden game. Man, I put that thing down and haven't played it
Whoa.
since.
I
Yep.
beat that game, man.
Oh,
What?
Good. I'm glad you
Okay.
beat it. My
Yeah, I
daughter
beat that
beat it
one.
too. She loved it. You know,
I can't.
maybe I ain't shit. You know
So
what
you
I'm
think it's hit miss? Do you think? Because I was confused about that. Like it, I don't
saying?
know.
The thing, some games, you know, they just had a quarter. They had some good games, and all of
Really?
us wanted Ninja Game. All of us. Outer Worlds was supposed to be a good game.
Yeah,
Call of
yeah.
Duty, they filled the quarter, but it just didn't do as well as they anticipated it to do. But it still only dropped 5%. That's okay. And
Okay.
but this quarter, and like E-Rock said, we have a bunch of games, and they intentionally stacked the fourth quarter so they could have their best possible foot forward. So Asha is going to have a monster fourth quarter
Yes,
that
yes.
she inherits.
That's
And
true.
this part I don't like. She's brought on to inherit one of the greatest video game quarters in history. You're going to have,
I
yeah,
don't have
listen.
a problem with that because she's brand new. I mean, at least she ain't going out there without anything. I mean,
But, I agree, Hebot. But I mean, Tuck. But the point is, Phil, Sarah, and Matt created these 4 games coming to the 25th anniversary for a reason, and she's going to get credit for it.
That's
I
business.
won't forget this. But
That's
and
business.
see,
That's business,
I
man.
think credit.
think,
What's that?
It's
as far as
business.
I'm concerned, I don't think
Hold on. I agree. It is
she's
business,
their
but
credit.
I like to keep things in perspective. You know, there are there were a lot of people that put this year in place to have 3 of the greatest games
Yes,
that
yes,
started Xbox,
yes,
put
right.
them all in one year,
Yeah.
along with the newly Forza Horizon 6 that came about and flourished. Now this is coming in along with We Own Call of Duty, along with possibly GTA 6. This is going to be a
This
banner
is yeah.
quarter that is never going to be duplicated. Okay.
Yeah.
And she's going to reap the benefits of it. I'm just letting people know this was put in place. I'm not going to forget it. E-Rock is right. It is business. This is what you do. You start a new person off with your best possible foot forward. Now take this and run with it. You
Right.
know, but you can't, like you did saying, and what I'm acknowledging also, you can't shut down what people before you created and purposely created. We still can't get our hands on the $1,000 handheld ROG Xbox Ally X
Sold
anymore.
out.
I'm glad I bought 2 of them for my kids because I couldn't get that third one.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
And like you said, sold out.
yeah, but
Sold out.
E-Rock is right. I'm glad that you guys are right. I'm glad they putting her in a good spot. But like Dia is saying, I hate that Phil is not walking out of here like
Yeah.
Jordan. You know, it's I want him walking out on his own because he stood up when others wouldn't, and he had to walk in that room and get chastised by Balmer, he and the guy from Sega, and it's like, hey man, we need like $10 billion. Why? Because
one-
this 360 is trash.
No
What?
one at WWE will remember the battles that Vince McMahon fought to get that company running back in the 80s and 90s and make it a monster that it is while they're celebrating their monster quarter they're going to have next year after WrestleMania 41. It's just business, bro. I hate to sound like a dick.
Correct.
But it's
No,
what it
you're
is.
right.
What we
You're
going to
exactly
do?
right.
Are
Nope.
we going to mourn Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond forever? Thank you.
No, hey, but E-Rock,
I worship the
here's what I'm
ground you
saying.
walk on. But nobody warned me when I left Spectre Guard. They moved. They got the next manager.
E-Rock, here's what I'm saying. I don't like it when people are not acknowledged for their greatness
Right,
that they
right.
put because that happened to me before, and I'll never forget that shit. That happened with me and Nestle, and I'm still pissed to this day. But it shaped the person that I am, and now I don't take shit from anyone.
They'll
But
build a
E-Rock,
statue of him outside of Redmond, Washington, but we have to move
it's
on.
it's correct. We're gonna move
We have
on,
to
and
fucking
it's
move
cool.
on.
But I don't forget. Just like I say, things are relative. It's just like Jordan was in place. Jordan taught Pippen how to play basketball. Pippen became great. Then Doug Collins left. Enderfield Jackson, we win 6. Jerry Krause says organizations win championships, not players. Then he passes away, and years later, you think we forgot? His widow is at the United Center, and soon as they were giving Jerry Krause some award and giving it to his widow. Hey, this is when Chicago fans, we all turned into Philadelphia fans. When they showed Jerry Krause, they booed the hell out of her. We don't forget what you did. Okay? We don't forget. Just like you motherfuckers over there. I'm sorry, dear. Like you clowns over there in Philadelphia booed Santa Claus, E-Rock. Okay? And I think in New York are the most elite fans there are. I think Philly is second. Chicago is a close third. We didn't forget that. We don't forget things like that.
There is a statue outside of Lincoln Financial Field, I swear to God, of Coach Doug Peterson and his quarterback that won the Super Bowl back in 2018.
Yep.
And we had to move on. It is what it is, bro. We had to move on.
Oh yeah, you move on, but real fans don't forget, man. We just don't. We don't. And you, like I said, I told you guys about the stock market, and it is important. And I want everyone to learn something about the stock market every time we come on the show, because I want us to have our own autonomy. Now I could walk out the house and not give a damn what anyone thinks. I just have, and I'm so bitter about things that I won't forget. The only man I cannot disappoint is my mother by doing something freaking stupid. Okay, and I don't want to be too cocky to embarrass her. That's my only goal. Anything else, it's game on. But I'm cognizant of those that made it happen. You know, and like we don't forget Doug Collins, because he coached us through the trash years. You know, and we just don't forget those things. That's all. And like I said, back to the stock market. I love General Motors. Hey, dude, listen, I'll disown my kids if they ever ask me for a foreign car. If one of them asks me for a foreign car, hey, I'll disown both of them niggas. You hear me? And I know Toyotas are made here, Hyundais are made here. No, their car better come from freaking Detroit. Okay. And I don't care if it's parts of it are made around the world, which they are. And just like I told you guys that, like Hebot, and what I liked about Hebot, what Dia brought about, is how people forgot Don Matrick created the model of Netflix, what they use today. These jokers were mailing us damn CDs.
That's
Don
true.
Matrick said, hey, dumbass, why don't you just put this on and download these things digitally? Boom, Netflix is blown up. Okay? But just like the console is not where you make your money. The profit margins are horrible. Once you start to turn profitable, you're making $1 to $6 on each console produced. The money is made in the software. Even our automobiles today, it's not the car that's profitable, it's the parts that created the car that's profitable. And now they're putting software packages, monthly software packages on cars, full self-driving, and General Motors has their man, I'm forgetting their driving model. But eventually it's a 3-year deal. And after that, you're going to have to pay a monthly price. Software is king. They want the reoccurring revenue. That's
Always
what they
was.
want.
Oh yeah, they're making it where I mean, if you get an oil change, they make where everything was just read on the damn radio. I'm like, come on now. It's a little bit too much, man.
But Tuck, that's the way things are today. They have to continuously make money.
I understand what you're saying, but some things that don't need to be.
But that's just the way it is. Just like
when things break down, it's gonna cost you a whole lot more money.
yeah, but everybody has to, make profit on after point of sale. Not just that's where Sony is wrong at. They make money only at the point of sale and not after.
And
But
they're desperately trying to catch up.
One and done.
correct. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's why Sony is trying those models where they have the the ongoing games, because you have to make money all of the time, and they just can't do it. And meanwhile, and people try and circumvent Minecraft. Minecraft is the biggest game, then Roblox, then whenever Grand Theft Auto comes out, and then Call of Duty and Fortnite, and those are the big ones. But it's other games to go around it. But hey, we're going here.
Let's get back to Daya.
But more like when I'm trying to say,
no. We got to get back to Daya. Sorry, Tuck.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I pretty much added what I need to add. That was different. I didn't want to repeat what you guys were saying, and I just want to say, my future for Xbox. I think if all of what Asha said is true, and I love also one more thing. She's really good in marketing, so I think that's something that can make Xbox stronger. She's real strong in marketing too. So I see some good things there, and so I'm optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic for the future of Xbox, because honestly, the games are the most important thing. And I have no complaints about the games.
Yeah.
I mean, some are gonna hit, some are not gonna hit, but the content is so much, and then with the third party support, I'm pretty satisfied. I have no reason to not support Xbox. I mean, I have no reason to not support them. So I don't think they're dead. Ignore that. For anybody who's here, Xbox is dead because Phil Spencer is gone now. He's not dead. He left Xbox the way I always thought he would, in a good position. That's why Asha's about to inherit that. And I think, depending on what direction she takes it, the potential is great. And so I just wanted to leave off with that.
Absolutely excellent there, Daya. And I'm gonna give my thoughts as well, and then we could start giving our final thoughts and wrap it up. So yeah, my thoughts first, starting with Phil Spencer. Y'all know that I was probably the most unique Phil Spencer defender, because I always came here for years saying nice guy Phil never bothered me. It never bothered. Well, everybody else wanted him to fight, and want him to go on Twitter and say, "Oh, fuck you, Sony," all that stuff. I'm like, it's actually kind of refreshing that we got a guy here that's like, "Hey, you released a good game, Sony. That's what's up, man. Well, I got business to do. Peace, y'all." You know what I'm saying? And not like, that never bothered me. And at times that we came here and we want to shit on the competition, and I use competition in air quotes because Sony ain't competition in my
correct.
Let's
Never was.
No, not at all. But you know what I mean when I say that, right? When we came on here and we wanted to, for them, and that's what pisses people like Sega Forever and Hebot off, is that they wanted that too. They wanted that retribution, because for years they were on social media, they were here on YouTube, and they were fighting the good fight, and they want the heads of Xbox to feel like they're fighting the good fight with them. But the reality is, man, he had a business to run. And I understood that, and I was happy with that, because for as long as since I got back into gaming, which was with Sunset Overdrive, I thought Xbox has just been doing nothing but really unique, innovative, great things, and the games has been great as well. Hell, and then we're in the best situation possible where we have so many games. I skip games. There's been like 2 years now. I haven't tried keeping up. Because I can't, and I'm not going to sit here and play every game for 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes later a new game come to Game Pass. I'm not really experiencing nothing, because if I don't get deep into a game, you know what I'm saying? At some point, it's just going to feel like watching the first 5 minutes of a movie. How do I know that for example, what was that movie called? It's on Prime with Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa. It was actually
damn, yeah, that looks good, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. I just forgot the title. How would I know if that's good if I just watch the first 5 minutes? Here's another movie on Prime. Let me start watching that. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I feel with games, and that's why I don't keep up. But it's all because of Phil. Phil bought two of the biggest publishers. He reinvented the Xbox One at the time because everybody used to hate on it being like a VCR, so he made it thinner and smaller. Then they wanted more power. He gave them the Xbox One X, right? They did Game Pass, which I remember when Game Pass first came out, and it didn't have games day one or nothing. And people said, I'm not subscribing to this. I already own all these games, right? And since it wasn't growing and doing that, they said, what can we do? One of the most innovative and brilliant moves ever, all our first-party games day one. And I remember the backlash to that when people like
Crap Gamer,
Mayonnaise Gamer, that's Sega Game. Mayonnaise Gamer was saying, why would I play a game when I didn't pay for? When I'm going to play the game, I paid $60 for it first, and all this other nonsense. Right? I watch how day after day, year after year, Phil Spencer's moves and my Xbox moves was proving them wrong every single time. Because I remember 2013, they're forcing digital on us. Now every single one of them are digital. It's to the point where on PlayStation, 80% digital. On Xbox, 91% digital. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I watched that in real time, and I paid attention to every single point. Right, where they were wrong. With Crap Gamer, I don't know why he had a lot of them. Got mad because Quantum Break was put on PC the same day as Xbox, and my exclusives. That was when the exclusive shit really started. That was the birth of the exclusive nonsense, right? And, and to see just like how even though Xbox had a lot of great games, they didn't buy them. They didn't buy Quantum Break, Sunset Overdrive, ReCore. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't Halo, Gears, or Forza, and it was exclusive, they weren't buying them, unfortunately. I take that back. The Sea of Thieves and State of K2 also did really, really well. So I'm not going to say everyone, but a lot of them didn't do well, right? And so how do you pivot from that? When the people here's the thing, and I'm not saying this because I'm a number cruncher like Zink always be blaming me for it. But the truth is, man,
bro is an accountant. Stop it.
Yeah, listen, when something's not growing and your strategy's not working, you're going to pivot or you're going to die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as E-Rock always say, Blockbuster, listen, everybody's nostalgic for Blockbuster. You know why you stopped going to Blockbuster, even though you claim to be nostalgic? Because Netflix was objectively more convenient for you.
That's
if it wasn't, Blockbuster would still be here.
So it's more convenient now. Any doggone way now.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the point. And that's the point with these innovations. Convenience often wins. I've noticed.
Spotify. Spotify was more convenient than driving downtown Philadelphia and going to a damn compact disc store to buy your music. Who does that anymore? I remember that. Don't be mad at me. Times have changed. What do you want me to do? Stay stuck in the past? No, don't close down that last CD store. What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here.
Like everybody don't want to see.
Hey, what happened to Circuit City?
What's great, Tony?
Wrong, bro.
Oh God.
Yeah, but that was good. Yeah, but like I said, I like what Phil did in his tenure. I have a lot of respect for that, and as things move on, I'm gonna have fond memories over it. Phil retiring makes sense, even if it was sooner than many probably thought or assumed. Right. Hey, that's how things happen. Sarah Bond. Now that was a surprise, and that is what had my initial reaction being very confused as well, Dea.
Right.
Where I was trying to make sense of that part too, because I thought she was being primed to take over, and hell, she probably was in whatever change, like you said. Microsoft's heavy investment in AI, Asha being more well versed in AI, that was it. But whatever the case is, that was a big surprise. But you know what? It happens. Mm-hmm. You know who made McDonald's famous? Not the founders. The founders were those two brothers. It was this guy called Ray Kroc, who turned McDonald's into the biggest fast food dining in the country. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, you could. I was going to say something about that. That's a good one. And also, people don't know Louis Chevrolet.
Mhm.
He came over here on a boat, and he created Chevy, really, and because he created a race car, and but the shareholders were like, hey man, we want you to make this nice automobile. He's like, no, I want to make race cars. So he sold all of his shares. So he wound up desperately needing a job after he failed, and he wound up working on the assembly line at Chevrolet while they kept his name. So he never prospered after Chevrolet becoming what it is today. Never
Wow.
prospered from it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So when Erock says it's a business, he's not just saying that to be flippant. He's saying that because we have centuries of examples.
correct.
We have centuries of examples where someone comes,
Yes.
hell, Asher might just coast off of Sarah Bond's image, just may rework it with this whole we're recommitted to Xbox fans.
Yeah, she could. She could use everything else and just maybe adjust that aspect
Yeah.
of it. She spoke
Yeah,
specifically about
she
that.
there's a possibility all she does is change the wording. It's the exact same thing
Right, she could.
that Sarah implemented.
Yeah.
That happens.
And I think that's what she's gonna do.
Unlimited. Not.
Because Phil already saying that she's adjusting real fast. So I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she's gonna really do that much. I mean, as far as like, she might put her brain on it.
She won't
But-
have to at first. I think it's once that other console comes in because that thing has a chip
The
being made
madness.
with
Yeah,
right,
you get
with
AI.
it
Yeah,
already built in. Then I think her expertise kicks in more. I think at that point, she's probably going to be doing stuff in the background. But I think when that next console comes in, that's when she can make her mark. Because I think with her
Right.
back AI, and obviously that's not the only thing she does. But I think that she is going to have to help Xbox transition into that and see how that fits into gaming, how they want that to work with gaming. Maybe it's just AI tool sets or something.
Well, dear, you have to remember something. Remember, all of you, remember how they were being critical of machine learning when Jason Ronald talked about it? Machine learning is AI. It is artificial intelligence. And now people are understanding that. But I remember they were just, what is machine learning? That's a buzzword. It wasn't a buzzword. That was actual.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right. And what are you going to say, E-Rock?
Yeah.
My Unlimited will understand this more than the rest of you will. Unlimited, as you know, my favorite company, even more than Xbox, Warner Brothers, taught me the hard way about getting emotionally attached to these companies and these executives. For almost a decade, we fought and we fought and we fought and we fought. Leave Warner Brothers alone. Leave Warner Brothers alone. DC rules. Warner Brothers gave us Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings, and we love Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot, and we love Henry Cavill Superman. And Warner Brothers told us to go fuck ourselves.
Hey, why
We're
you reminding
changing.
me?
We're-
I was one of those people.
We're changing. We're moving on, and there's nothing that you can do about it.
Yeah.
And when they did that to me, I took it personally, and I said, you know what? I'm not getting emotionally attached to these executives and to these companies no more, because at any time Microsoft can take away my 1,000 movies I own on Microsoft Windows and TV and just take them away, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I've been transitioning to Amazon Prime, Tubi TV, and other venues for my entertainment. It is what it is. It is. If you don't get emotionally attached to these companies and this and this hobby, you'll be okay. And I think some of these gamers got emotionally attached to this shit, right? And they can't accept that things are changing. And I'm just trying to help. I'm not trying to hurt. I'm trying to help because Warner Brothers told me to go fuck myself. Because my favorite company told me, E-Rock, we don't care about your feelings. We don't care that you want DC to stay the way it was. We don't care that you want Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot and Ben Affleck. We're going in this direction. Won't you ride with us? No, I'm not going to.
Well,
and at some point,
mad because of the fact that Netflix is putting a bid in on Warner Brothers, and I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. I think Netflix will let them do what they want to do.
things change, and don't get too and don't get too set on Netflix because Paramount is offering $898 a share and their grandmother. But
Yeah, I heard
Warner
about
Brothers.
that Paramount slipping
I
in there.
know that, but the thing that it is, Netflix, they already, I don't know. Hey, they can get it, but hey, we'll see. It's gonna be a long battle.
All
I'm
trying
glad
to say
this is happening.
with Xbox.
Go ahead.
With Xbox, I don't know why everybody's so surprised that Phil Spencer is retiring and Sarah Bond is gone and someone else has stepped in. Someone will be in next week after Aisha leaves, and someone will be in next week after Matt Booty leaves, and someone will be in next week after the
podcast.
And somebody will be there'll be somebody else next week after Phil Spencer's uncle's nephew leaves. Guys, it's business. And who taught me this? Spectre Guard and Warner Brothers and Kentucky Fried Chicken and Apple. And if you don't get attached to this shit, you'll be like, oh, Phil Spencer's gone? Hey, man, thank you so much. We loved you, man. Yo, man, go fishing. Have a good time with your family. Thanks a lot for the memories, man. And we love you. But like I'm not going to be like, oh my God, what's Microsoft going to do now? They're going to keep on rolling. And if a day comes when I'm like, you know what, I'm tired of Xbox. I'm not buying any more Xbox consoles. I'm not going to buy any more Xbox games. I can't stand you, WWE. I'm not paying $30 a month for ESPN Plus to watch your pay-per-views. E-Rock, thank you very much for supporting us all these decades. We're not going to miss you. I know that hurts. It hurts to hear. But it is what it is, guys.
That don't hurt.
Yeah.
Right there, hell.
Yeah. And yeah. So absolutely put there, E-Rock, and that's a well-versed way of saying what I'm trying to say as well. Where same with Sarah here. Like I said, since we follow the gaming side deeply than the average person, yeah, it's a surprise because we saw for 8 years what she was doing. We saw as recently as last year her saying the X console is the largest generational leap, and things like that. So yeah, it is a surprise from that aspect, but it's business. You know what I'm saying? And it's not being flippant when we say that. We're not trying to disregard your feelings or anything for those who has legitimate concerns. It's just that we've seen it before. At my old company, I was part of when they got we got two companies that was merged together with the company that I was doing accounting work for, right? Two, all right. And I remember how rough that transition was, and all that went into that, and stuff like that. And listen, it's okay to be a fan of something. I'm a big fan of Xbox. I'm a big fan of DC Comics and stuff like that. But where I try to tell people to draw the line is just remember these companies are not your friend. And when you think it's your friend, that's where that intense reaction, that betrayal comes from. And that's why I personally don't be feeling betrayed. Y'all notice that I be having listen, I said it before. I'm at this point I know I hate Sony less than all of y'all. Because when Sony said, oh yeah, that's just a shitty video game company. And for y'all want them dead. And I've kind of moved past them feelings. Well, I feel nothing for Sony, really.
You have to move past it.
Yeah. And that's how it is with this. Phil had a great run. Sarah brought a lot to it. And I look at it as curiosity. And that's another thing. Y'all know if there's one thing about me, I am not a nostalgia guy. So I don't stay stuck and looking back fondly. For me, it's like, yo, that was a great run you had, man. All right, Miss Ashra, let's see what you got. I'm ready to see. I got this curiosity of, all right, let's see what she's going to bring then. Let's see what her version of Xbox is. And as long as they keep feeding me the games and the console plays these games amazingly well and they keep them damn SSDs. By the way, for those who want games to run on disk, no, you don't. Unless you like 10-minute load times and mid-game load times,
yes,
install them games on your SSD.
Long elevator rides on Mass Effect.
Yeah, listen, the nostalgia people, and that's the thing, and I don't shit on nostalgia because I think it's bad or that there's no value in it. It's just that people just be so stuck that they don't realize how bad. Listen, if in 2026 E-Rock still had to pop a disc into his Xbox to play Assassin's Creed and mid-game fighting a boss, that shit stops and load because it's got to load every fucking thing, he would be pissed. He would be pissed. All of y'all would be pissed, right? so that's why I try to tell people, yeah, it was great back then. It was a good ride, but we got to move forward. It's going to move forward eventually. So you either get on board or you stay stuck in the past, and you're just going to be angry. And
you forgot all the 5 discs that you need also to have the game.
Yeah, the games like I think GTA had like 2 or 3 discs. I forgot what game had 4 discs on Xbox, man, and the 360.
I forgot it was something.
Yeah, yeah. So that's my main takeaway. Sega Man, E-Rock, Zinc, Tuck, and Daya. I'm at the curiosity point, and so for me, when something like that happens, I take a day, I process it, and then it's like, okay, I'm good. I move on. So I don't really feel that same sense of, but what about the Xbox console gamer? Truth be told, I never felt like they left me out when they're saying this is an Xbox, and a PC's an Xbox, and all that stuff. I just saw that as marketing, that's all it literally was a marketing tool of, hey, this is our new plan. Hey, you can play your Xbox on a PC. I just said, oh, that's cool. And then sometimes I test it out.
Bottom line, Xbox, Phil Spencer saved gaming. All of these game companies that's going out of business, that he's given them a spot. He's bought a few companies, gave them money to put games on Game Pass to pay their development costs, put it on Game Pass. People forgot that Activision had a stock price of $120 or something like that. It tanked down.
It was like 107 at its lowest.
You don't realize that.
No. The lowest was in the 60s, and then Warren Buffett found out Microsoft was going to buy Activision, and he bought so much.
The bot monster got you, brother.
Ooh, he's botting like crazy.
Yeah, man. That is it snowed up there in Chicago, Zinc?
Something like that.
Now people don't want to realize.
Go ahead.
Wasn't because of Microsoft saving Activision, it would have been dead.
And don't forget, this is something that no one will ever give them credit for.
No.
But PlayStation, when they were dry, it was Xbox games that was
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
They still got revenue. Is my mic cutting out?
No. I accidentally. That was me accidentally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I accidentally muted Met Day there. That was my bad.
Yeah, I was seeing the
warning. This one thing I don't get about this whole deal, y'all. They're over here acting like PlayStation. They're over here acting like Activision didn't go to PlayStation, and they did.
And that look. Xbox helped PlayStation at a time.
I can't get behind that. I can't get behind it helped PlayStation.
It did.
It did. Unlimited. What are you talking about? Unlimited. I
don't see how Xbox putting like 8 games on there, and even if they sold pretty well, did all that.
Unlimited. Here's the thing. I'll let you go, dear. Here's the thing, real quick. Unlimited. By them putting, let's say, Forza Horizon 5 on there.
Yeah,
they gave them that gives Sony 30% profit on each game sold. Unlimited.
Right.
You as a cheating accountant, you know better than that. 30% is a lot of money.
How much does Microsoft get?
70%.
70% of that.
70 is better.
3%.
73 is better than 30 in any math in any part of the galaxy.
This is correct, but you know what? Here's the thing. Microsoft didn't have to give them anything. You get 0, but now you get 30% of a good game.
I guess that's free money. I guess it's the wording I don't like, because when I hear that, I think that, to me it gives the sense that Microsoft was like, hey, Sony, looks like you're not doing so well. When all it was, yo, hey, how can we make more money? Oh, hey, there's the PlayStation guys. They got like 60, 70 million. You want to sell those games? Yeah, let's do that. You know what I'm saying?
Unlimited.
Yeah.
Furthermore, Unlimited, a 5-year-old Forza Horizon game outsold that garbage Ghost of Tsushima 2.
I
Yeah.
thought
So
they
you
didn't like old
Sea of Thieves
games.
did big numbers.
they don't,
They
Sega
made,
man.
they made money off of that because, in my opinion, that's the primary way that PlayStation makes money these days. Anyways, from
Yeah.
third party. So
Correct.
that helps.
Dale, what you said is an objective fact. I think 4% of their revenue is from first party games, but
Right.
I'm gonna verify that real quick. But I believe I read it was
I don't know the
4%.
exact
Hey,
number,
hey,
but
you see how I call Unlimited out? Hey, Tuckmaster, Unlimited's favorite guy, Colin Moriarty. He said, "Oh, I like Sony's position better. They get a percentage of all of the games." I always said, you want to own the game.
Yeah.
Since Microsoft is the owner, they get E-Rock's 70%. Meanwhile, they donate 30% to the PlayStation, but it's allowing PlayStation to stay afloat.
Yeah, and that what you said is why I can't get behind that whole they say PlayStation.
Hey, and that's the reason why they're hoping that this Manhattan game that comes out for them does good from Bungie. Because if it don't do good, they're gonna pull the plug on it too.
Did he say Manhattan? What is he
No.
talking about?
We need Tuck. It's Marathon he's talking about. Look, man. Tuck must be one of the bootlegs. Y'all remember? Have y'all ever seen the bootleg sellers? And instead of selling you Spider-Man, it was Spider-Man and shit.
Yeah,
And you're like, what is this, man? It's the latest Spider-Man.
I play this. They did a whole year that does good for them because if it doesn't, they can kiss.
Marathon is trash, bro.
They can kiss the service games goodbye. They only got one more chance to make it. And it's got to make it for them.
Tuck be renaming games, changing niggas' birth certificates, CPC. But
Alazine, now let me ask you this, Alazine.
What's up?
Out of all the skins that Microsoft is selling, like all the operators and all that stuff, Sony don't get a portion.
That nigga Tuck is Red Fox, nigga.
No, I don't. That's a good question, Tuck. I don't want to be on Unlimited the truth and say, and I don't know. But here's the thing is. The thing is, Microsoft, this is not even the microtransactions. Mm-hmm. So Xbox, I don't know how much the percentage they give. You know, only the accountants know, Amy Hood or whoever knows how much percentage of the microtransactions are being divvied up. So I don't know.
None of that.
I don't know.
If you're talking about COD, Microsoft has all the power there. So if they want the game on their
platform,
Microsoft can say, we're not giving you any revenue from that.
Right.
And they would kind of have to eat that because when you have a powerful game in your inventory and they want that game there, they have to kind of go along with that. I think
that's not going to happen because it doesn't make sense to kill a revenue source.
It doesn't. If they don't have to do that, and they don't. Not when they just don't have to. You know.
And Dia, going on what you're saying that we don't know the profit margin, because here's the thing: so all of Sony people around the world, they wanted factions. Sony don't even have the money to give them factions.
No, they don't. Yeah, the amount of money
all I gotta say is this:
to build it.
Sony sold their television division. They almost dead. And that's it. Because when they did that right there, okay.
Now that is a concerning thing that I was shocked nobody's talking about.
Nah.
That's correct. That's because people don't know what they're talking. Like Zeke said, when Destin talked about the what was it that he read, a budget sheet?
Yeah, he read a Microsoft financial statement.
Financial statement. Yeah. They don't know. They don't know what they don't know what they're looking at all.
Have no idea. Destin knows how to read it, but he can't interpret it. He can't make it applicable to anything.
But see, everybody want to talk about how Xbox didn't do all good. I said, what make you think that Microsoft didn't know it wasn't going to do no good? Because the thing that is, the system is higher. They knew this, so they knew that they were going to take a loss on the system.
That's true, because you don't do all that stuff and think, like, if you guys are correct that Costco's not even selling all that, they had to know that was coming. Like,
I'm glad you brought that up. This is the one thing I really, really wanted to get out.
Okay.
This is product knowledge. When you introduce a product, it's going to sell at its highest point for the first 2, maybe 3 years. After
Thank
that,
you.
it's going to be a steady decline until the
Yep.
new product comes out. It's going to
Yep.
go back up and then it's going to descend. So I don't know what people. Go ahead.
No, sorry to cut you off, but that's what makes consoles such a bad business upon itself, and that's why whatever Sony
Correct.
Nintendo announces console numbers, it means nothing.
Well, check that out, y'all. But check this out. Okay, the console's doing bad, okay? But they handheld did good. They handheld sold out.
Right. So
It'll sell out now, and then eventually it's going to go back down.
Yeah,
right.
That's the way
When next
products
big
do.
thing comes out or enough
Yeah,
time
it's
passes, right? Yeah.
right. It's the product life cycle. It's in every industry.
Yeah.
Automobiles, the same thing. People are going to get tired of this model. It's going to go down. They're going to introduce a new model and go on, so on and so forth. It's the same thing.
Automobiles right now too damn high, and they ain't selling worth a damn right now.
Yeah, they are selling, but you know what? Look,
These
it
cars are not selling
happens.
like they should.
Listen, it happens. They're expensive now. It's like the example I gave on Ray Ray's show. My parents bought my Camaro in '89, brand new, $17,000. It was a rally sport. I bought my daughter's car, brand new, a Equinox Rally Sport, every option on it, $42,500. Okay, it's the difference in 1989. It's the difference in listen.
That these doggone vehicles are $85,000, $95,000. No,
But hey, but Tuck, that's the difference in consumer. There's a consumer that wants the lady that I see, I convinced her to get her boss in a Cadillac Escalade. They bought it $125,000. But she didn't get her daughter a $125,000 car. It was a $55,000 car. There's a $25,000 Chevy Trax. Beautiful car, great vehicle. Okay, even that's a lot of money. 25,000. That's the lowest model Chevy you could get, and then they're going to incrementally go up. It depends on what you want from the car. You know, they have something for every demographic. But yeah, cars are more expensive than they were in 1989 versus 2025.
But I'll put like this. When I was looking for my doggone truck, everybody wanted $80,000, $60,000.
You damn right.
Okay, but do you know how much I bought that truck that I got out there? 2019, I bought it for $28,000. Only had 19,000 miles on it.
But that's a good price though. Hey, just change the oil, keep the fluids clean, and you should be okay.
That's what I do.
Absolutely great stuff. But we're going to go wrap it up here.
By Hugo.
But I'm just saying, I am not.
Tough.
Okay, I got you.
Sega Man is trash, boy.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not. No, I gotta stay within my means. So
yeah, I understand that, Tuck. But great, absolutely excellent show. Thank you everybody in the chat who joined us. The chat was absolutely phenomenal today. And Sega Man, give me your final thoughts and your outro.
Well, my final thoughts, man. Going forward, I think it's just time to move on. Yeah, it hurts to see Sarah Bond go and Phil Spencer, like I said earlier. But maybe give this girl a chance, Matt Booty. See what they can do. See what's gonna happen. Maybe it'll come out really good, man. Maybe it'll come out really positive, really good. You know, in the future for Xbox. Looking forward to the Xbox Magnus coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm kind of excited about this thing, this PC Xbox hybrid. You know what I mean? I probably will have it, but yeah, man. I think moving forward, guys, real quick, Xbox has always been ahead of the game. Like I told you, they're playing chess, man. This is no checkers. This is all chess, man.
Yeah, you got that.
1 second, Sega Man. Guys, with the outros, please don't speak. I'm trying to wrap it up. So continue, Sega Man.
All right. Real quick, I'm gonna land my plane. I just think our company, guys, that we invest in, which is the Xbox ecosystem, Microsoft, I think they're just playing chess. They know what they're doing. They're a business. You know what I mean? They know exactly what they're doing. Some things you're not going to like. There's things you're going to like. But I think at the end of the day, in my opinion, they always took care of their customers. And we're their customers. We're the Xbox customers. We're pleased with what we have with Game Pass. Ultimate Game Pass is doing great. So I think at the end of the day, we're still going to be happy. So let's just move forward and see what's going to happen with these new people on board, like the girl and everything. Let's just see what happens, man. On that note, man, my name is Sega Man 101. You can always catch me on the Exile podcast with my brother Don, King of Xbox, E-Rock X, and our crew. If they have a chance to come on and join us, man, and check out our brother Unlimited Truth, you know, his podcast, man. You know, come over here. You get the real game over here. It's all truth, man. All facts. It's not bullshit. It's not rhetoric. We tell you the truth, man. Straight up. So thank you, Unlimited, for having me again. It was great to be with everybody today. I was happy that Dea came and joined us. Zinc, man, it's been a minute for our brother Zinc to come and join us on the podcast. This was a great one, Unlimited. You knocked it out of the ballpark again, brother. Thank you so much. And peace out, everybody. Have a good week.
Absolutely excellent. E-Rock X, man, give us your final thoughts and your outro.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Uh-oh. Too much Thunderbird.
No.
What happened?
Your final thoughts and outro.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, listen, man. This was a great podcast. This is your boy E-Rock X. Too much Thunderbird. This nigga's crazy.
That was some bullshit.
Phil Spencer, man. Thank you, man. We appreciate you, man. It's been a hell of a run, man. God bless you and Godspeed.
Absolutely excellent there. Other Zinc, man, let me get your final thoughts and outro.
I just want to commend Unlimited, Tuck, and E-Rock for making Dia come on to the show because she hates Sega Man and I. Peace.
Tuck Master, your final thoughts and outro.
Too much Thunderbird.
Tuck, where's Tuck at?
Tuck.
Bro, I was screaming.
That
I had to hit mute.
That Applejack got him, bro.
Yes, I'm gonna give you my outro right quick. Let me tell you right now. I think that the young lady that's taking care of Phil Spencer's spot is gonna do sensational.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how she's gonna be at an E3. That's what I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that at the E3, I hope they do a celebration for Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond at the E3, and that would be a tipping off the cake for me. But outside of that, I think Matt Booty, I think Microsoft is in the right direction by putting this girl in. But like I said, time will tell. We will see. But right now, you know, God bless all of y'all, and I hope y'all have a nice night. Talk to you later.
Absolutely excellent, Tuck. And last but not least, Dea, give us your final thoughts and your outro.
Well, I want to leave everybody in the Xbox community, whether you play Xbox alone or with PC like I do. I just want to leave you guys with I think this could be potentially a great beginning. Where every ending is the beginning. And though we're going to miss Phil, we're going to miss because everybody knew everything about Phil. We're going to miss him. We're going to miss Sarah Bond. But I'm trying to look at it like, okay, now this is a new beginning, so the gates are open and we can see a lot of new fun stuff. So I'm just like the Magnus, when it comes out, it's going to be something completely different and new. I'm expecting that this era will also be something new. So I just say take away from everything that, you know, keep things open, be open-minded. And, you know, where you can, you know, give Asha a few ideas because she does want to hear from the community from time to time just to see where things are. And I just say, you know, I hope she doesn't listen to it too much, but, you know, but just here and there, you know. But I'm cautiously optimistic. And I say cautious because I don't know her. I don't have any basis on that for her. But I would say that I do believe she has the potential to do great things in Xbox. And that's where I would like to rest as far as my hopes for the future.
Nice. There.
Yeah, absolutely excellent there. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining this episode of The Unlimited Truth. You have a great rest of the week, and we are out.